Over 26.
This is
The Burger Podcast.
This is the Brunch Club.
Over 26.
welcome back to
The mics are closed.
Now, when you watch it, you'll understand.
What up? My name is Chaxy, the mastermind, your main guy, the Lord Chaxy, the Boo from Mariah is around, the amazing Mwass is around,
What's
the whole
that?
gang is around, Sifa is around, episode 361. We are and it goes without saying, Bonnie and Nate are in the building. So, when we recorded my episode of In Conversation with you, we promised on that episode that we'll do mic check with Nate as well.
Yes.
But he was doing Lent.
Yeah.
So just to put it out there, that promise fulfilled. How was Lent?
It was long.
40 days.
What did you give up?
I gave up all my social media and soda.
Soda.
Yeah.
Soju soda.
So you get your fine.
Wait.
Soda.
Your girlfriend is called Soda.
No, I didn't drink soda the entire time. He'd ask me in the house. I used to drink like 2-3 liters of soda every 3 days. Sprite even.
That explains the t-shirt. But
That
don't,
explains
but don't mention it.
the brand.
Okay.
So it was even a promo one.
Yeah, you bought too many sodas.
No, listen. I just grabbed a shirt in the house.
The reason why Ernest is wearing a hoodie, he was wearing a brand that supports genocide in Palestine.
At this point, he just be writing me a list of things. And there was a time I was 10 in Coast. My mom bought me a vest, American flag. I'm 10, I don't know. I've never been to Stato yet.
it's just cool colors.
It's just cool colors. Tukaenda Stato to a fishing trip. We're in the ocean. My dad's complaining, what's wrong with you? Why did you pick this t-shirt? And ananiambia toa ushike. Threw it in the water. I spent the fishing trip shirtless. So now I think...
What kind of dad is this?
No, you must...
There's a time I tweeted, being BONIFACE MWANGI's friend is hard. Hata happy birthday, inakuja na lecture.
And remember who is bad for this country? Hey, my bro, it's a happy birthday message. Now why is Kasongo in the birthday message?
Why were you born in the same year as this dictator from this part of the world? We go like, hey, bruh.
Chief Ban.
Actually, there's a time I wished
Honestly.
Uhuru Kenyatta happy birthday
On text or on social media?
on social media. You can be a son of a thief. You don't have to become like your father, who was a bigger thief. So it's important to put things in
Did you have
context.
to wish him a happy birthday then?
No, just telling him that you can be a better man than your father, but he failed.
Did you ever have any personal conversations with him?
No, he once offered me a job, but I said no.
What job?
I don't know. I said no. I don't want to find out.
Nate, have you met any presidents?
No.
Yes.
Eh?
Met
Oh,
some-
wait. I have. I'm not going to butcher a name, but he'll say.
Let's just say what you know.
Barack Obama.
Oh, I have. Oh, I forgot about that.
So
Yes.
cool.
Yes, I was talking about the lady we met.
Grasa Michelle was the wife of a president.
Nice.
Oh, two presidents.
Two presidents.
Two presidents,
Yeah.
She's an MVP.
Yeah.
Where did you guys meet? Where did you meet her?
Serena Hotel. I was supposed to meet with her. I needed a photographer, so I grabbed him to go and take pictures for me.
Yeah. Wait, do you actually actively take pictures yet? Up to date?
Depends who is paying.
Okay.
I'm a very good
What is a red card?
I'm a very good photographer.
What is a red card?
Let me just tell you, don't hang out with this guy and you need to take photos. Hey, even family events.
You get serious.
So the last
Those photographers who lie on the ground. I'm like, what angle is he looking for?
You know, the thing is, you take a photo with my dad, you show him the phone, he has a high hope. So he starts like this, then just goes, where's that one, Nini, by the way?
so my
you've
rate is
done your
very
best
cheap
work.
actually. Depending on the client, if it's documentary photography, maybe $1,000 a day, and then if I'm doing commercial shoots, $2,000. But I haven't shot in 2 years. My last client was 2024, before the June protests, and then I lost some of my clients because of being part of the protests.
Wait, you lost clients for being part of the protest. You've always protested.
No, this one was different. We were called
Criminals.
prisoners criminals. Yeah.
Okay, so we can hire you for photography.
Not anymore. I'm running for president. Hire me for that.
Baz!
Way to slide that in.
Did you do Lent yourself?
No, me, I don't abstain from anything.
You gave up Lent for Lent.
Did you give up?
So you
Give up
see,
Lent for Lent.
mine is very different because I grew up in a very religious family. I grew up with a very religious mother. So I fasted. I went through all those things. So I don't suffer by choice. God will allow to love me the way I am. I don't have to do anything to please him. He already loves me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you currently a believer?
Yes, I believe in God. I also believe in my ancestors. Yes, so I know that if one of them had died, I would be here today. So my ancestors, when I do a drink, I pour libations. When I sacrifice to God and my ancestors. When I give thanks, I give thanks to God and my ancestors. And actually, it's also very biblical because if you look at the Christian religion, when they pray God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Those are Jewish ancestors. So men are called Mahinge, Wakioro, Mwangi, Kamodu. Those are the ones I pray to because right now, I don't think Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob know. I don't know if I don't know if Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob know who the fuck I am. I have no idea.
Yeah. And so how did you raise them? Like what do they believe in?
So raised Christians, my kids go to church every Sunday, but I think they go for different reasons.
What are your reasons, Nat?
What does he think my reasons are?
I'm curious.
What is the name of the reason?
They have grown up in Sunday school and then teenage church with these young girls that they know each other. So it's a church hangout, is a dating hangout.
Okay.
And they get to be...
That's why you meet soda.
Yes. So they get to be dropped and picked from church, actually, yeah.
Is he accurate?
Why do you go to church?
Mavuno downtown.
No, why do you go to church?
Why do I go to church? I was raised in a Christian household. Then there's an age you reach somewhere along the way where you realize, do I believe in God because my parents told me to believe in God, or do I believe in God because he is real? So I had to cross that bridge like 13, 14. Yeah.
So you chose God for yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Through who?
Through who? No. Hakuna through who. Ni mimi na Mungu tu.
You didn't.
Una broker.
Tuko 1v1 hivi.
Ulikuwa unakwenda church alafu msichana fulani akaanza kuja like
we told Ruto that he cannot build a church in State House. Akasema ndo astaki kwa Mungu, ndo astaki kwa Mungu, ndo astaki kwa Mungu. Yes, he said that. You should find that clip.
No, I've never seen that.
He said, anastaki kwa Mungu.
How does that work, bro?
Babake atawasema.
Your church bado inajengwa?
No. The court stopped it. Yeah. No, actually, I think one of the things that Kibaki did in 2007, he was sworn in as terrors at night.
Yes.
So this guy doesn't think he's gonna. If he steals at the election, this country is gonna burn. He can't go to Uhuru Park or City Park or wherever it is. So he's trying to build an inauguration grounds at State House. That's the whole idea. Because you can, if you do that, you can host 5,000 people, 3,000 people. At the moment, you can host so many people. So he's just trying to build a place that he can do that for himself.
Where he can be sworn
But it's going to fail because, you see, State House is public property. You can't build a 2 billion church in government property and say, I'm using my personal money. First, where did you get the billions from? Then who said you want to go to church where you go to church? If your God is my God, then I'm not going to worship that God.
And also the thing is, you're only here for a guaranteed 5 years when you get elected.
No, it's
Unless
13 months, man.
left. No, I'm just asking, even if you're there for the whole 5 months, if you build with your own money, so does it mean that your plan is to still go back to that church even after?
He's a delusional man.
It's crazy how things run, man. How old are you right now?
18. I turned 19 on Friday.
Nice.
Wow. So you're going to vote for the very first time?
Yeah.
Uko gadi?
Badly. It's in my pocket.
Yay.
Unajua, budaka namuulizanga, hebu nionyeshe nini. Kama huna utoke.
But what else is in that pocket?
What else is in my pocket? Manifesto.
Are you voting for this guy?
Okay.
I'll get grounded if I don't.
Be honest.
That's what I've done.
Truly.
What else in here? I have my ID,
No
my
contraband
driving license, and my card. And school ID that is expired.
Which school are you in?
I go to a business school online. I study sports management.
Nice.
Why do you need an ID for an online school?
No, this for where I graduated high school from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bruh, so that means you study from home.
Yes.
How does that work?
So he's going to college so we're supposed to travel to study. And then we had separation anxiety. So we persuaded him to spend one semester at home before he leaves. Because you see, when a child leaves, they never come back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's now he's
the thing.
off to the world.
Yeah.
He comes back as a visitor.
Yeah.
Comes to hang out with the parents.
That's that.
But he's no longer under my command. So even right now, we've been having a bit of friction. He's asking where I am, said, I'm coming. No.
I'm on my way.
I told him I'm on my
Where
way.
you? I'm coming.
And then
exactly.
he shows up on my 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. I'm like, hey, young man, where are you from?
Silkwa form.
You know, when he got circumcised, I told him the only thing that you cannot touch in that house, everything is yours.
Yeah.
But don't touch the woman is mine and the whiskey.
The woman and the whiskey.
Is that why you started soju?
Oh, that's why you drink soju.
So that means, oh, don't bring another woman in that house. Yeah.
Wait, he can't bring his girlfriend to the house?
Kutembea kuje kati umefungua milango hivi.
Or mchana anaweza kuja?
I'm an old school parent.
Okay.
If you're gonna come with a girl in the house,
Doors are
let
open.
doors are open. We need to hear you in conversations.
We don't want to hear you clapping. Anamwambia congratulations tena.
Those are bad. What's very interesting, so he was meant to go to a school trip one time. And then, you know, tell that story when your mother gave you a pack of condoms when you turned 14 or 15?
13.
13.
You guys, I thought I had game back then. What? Whiskey, those things expired in my bedroom. You guys, Mama, wishful thinking, eh? You're thinking.
But
miles ahead of
the
me.
context was, they're going for a school trip. And this boy makes a comment, like, what do you say? People are very randy. What did you say? That's what you use.
I don't even remember.
And then the mother's like, what does that mean? People are doing these things. Your mother's like, they're doing what? Said, I don't know if he's doing it, but here's something you can put
Just
in your
protect
bag.
yourself.
Just protect yourself, yeah.
Kumbe wazazi ya juu ulikuwa unaitwa matonya. Hata kiss na hug.
You know, I don't think I get that joke because it,
Flew over my head.
Don't worry.
Matonya's an
Matonya
artist
is-
to say that a kiss.
At a kiss na haxi party. Oh mama,
baby.
Enye si ni wazee.
But then ukemkasuna kwenye supplements.
Hapana, sijafika hapo.
Mwangi anaamka kwanza ana boot. 2 hours for him to get out of bed. It's not funny, but
We have a son who is 14. Jabu is like that.
Yeah.
Jabu wakes up in the morning. He's on a screensaver mode.
I'll be calling it that now.
Screensaver mode. As they're trying to load the apps.
If you don't wake him up Saturday, he'll go to bed at 11 p.m. He'll wake up at 3. You guys will think he's dead. Amezima tu.
Baka 3.
Every time I spend a night at Chaxy's house, he has to wake me up twice. And the first one, he knows it's intentional. Nimekuamsha ndio nikuamshe baadaye.
It sucks.
They're going to go jump start
So,
gari.
when I come, give me minutes na come.
But back to this. So, I want to know how did the convo get to the point where he was given condoms at 13?
So, no, it's actually, so he was talking about how his friends making out and doing things.
Okay.
So they're going to a school trip. The mother looks at him, is like, I don't know if you're one of those people, but here it is. And it's very, very important. So I think one of the things that we need to talk about to our kids is actually sex, drugs, alcohol, because there's a thinking among some of us who think that society will raise a child, or your pastor will raise a child, or the grandparents are going to raise a child. They will not do that. So talk about sex with the child.
Yeah.
They're not having it. That's given. But if you're going to have sex, there is diseases. You can get herpes through kissing.
Yeah.
Like you can get all manner of things. So those things are very important. Just because you think they're not having it doesn't mean they're not having it. You see? Yeah. So that was important.
Yeah. So how did you guys have that convo?
And then alcohol as well is that in our house, I drink alcohol and my wife does. We don't lock up the alcohol.
It's there.
It's there.
Umpetangi mzingi mesonga.
Hapana.
Mama imedilutiwa.
Kumekuwa na incident once or twice.
We are not pointing any fingers.
Mtu ameiba alcohol akaenda
Akika maji.
kwenda kuweka vitu zake huko nje, lakini ni sawa. But then you talk about it. So that to a level where that when they grow up, they learn you don't do these things in hiding. When I drank for the first time when I was 30 years old.
For the first time ever.
The first time ever when I was 30 years old.
Will you feel aje your day?
Bro, I thought I was in heaven.
I know. First high at 30.
I was so free. I was so liberated. Actually, that's when I decided to dance. So right now I have like 2-3 moves.
Yeah,
Now
we've seen them.
imagine what I was before.
Hey.
Gosh.
Yikes.
Okay.
So yeah, those two things. So sex is very important. Alcohol is very important. And also grades, actually. I do not check my kids' grades unless they're very, very bad and they don't talk about it. I tell them, I'm making an effort. Take you to school, do your very best. But remember this, at the end of the day, your grades are yours. After 18, you're on your own ride in your own world. To a level where they realize I have to put my personal effort for myself. Unless it's very bad, I don't care, I don't check. Mwanaume ni effort, mtoto pia ni effort. Mimi niweke effort nilipa school fees, where's someone a BD? But I'll introduce you to the world.
So how good are your grades?
At what stage? When I graduated, right now?
By the time you finished?
By the time I finished, I took A levels, psychology, law, English language. A in law, A in psychology, C in English.
Hey, na hizo ulifanya exam in English?
Nice one. But he got 3 letters from, okay, he was rejected at Strathmore
Okay.
Law School, but he got acceptance where?
I applied to Birmingham, Leeds, and Liverpool. I got accepted into all 3 of them.
Except Strathmore.
Except Strathmore.
Strathmore kwanza would have made you shave your dread.
In my
What were you
defense,
going
in my
to do
defense,
there?
I showed up in Brookhouse school uniform, my hair tied, then I forgot to take off my earrings.
Of course.
Now uko kwa exam hall unanipea kiburi, what's wrong with you? Can you take off those earrings? Tie up your hair. I'm like, guys, you know, like if I take down my hair, whether I tie it up, the knowledge is still the same upstairs.
Bruh, I saw someone, Juicy, there's a video of Speed that was trending when she met Bob Marley's granddaughter.
Yeah.
You guys saw the video, and she was telling him about how the origin of dreads is Kenya and India. And then someone on X, akasema, I want everyone to tag Strathmore School. Like, you're kicking our kids out from something that began here, and it does not even affect.
It's Catholicism, which is actually foreign.
Which is also foreign.
It's a foreign religion.
Strathmore didn't even let me apply. After high school, there was the option for
Didn't let me
going.
That's a sad story.
I could have been a lawyer now. So I was going to apply with my mock exams because they used to allow that back then.
They still do.
They still do. Hata sikupita kwa gate. Nilikuwa nimevaa Supra na skinny jeans.
Oh, you're dress
Wakaniambia,
code.
hatuvangi hivi huko.
By the way, they have a problem with dressing. And I think it's very superficial because, so I think this Christian thing has really affected our country. We say we're a Christian nation, but we're the most corrupt country. We say we're a Christian nation, but we have the highest level of femicide. So it's very pretentious of us.
Very pretentious.
To pretend that we're Christians, but our character is something else.
True.
So let people be. What if people want to wear dreadlocks? For example, studs, what you're wearing right now, all our grandparents wore those things.
Imagine.
All of them, before Muzungu came. When you're getting to another age set, you'd pierce your ear, then pierce your ear, then pierce your ear.
That's in Kikuyu culture.
Yes. Then some random white man comes and says, that is not right. What is not right about my own culture?
Bruh. You've not seen the way the Maasais do it. The older they get, the wider.
They put things in there so that it becomes bigger.
Stretching.
It's stretching.
That's how my dad took me get my ears pierced. It was November 2020.
Wait, he took you?
He took me.
Yeah.
Between 15 and 17, I was telling mom, let me get my ears pierced. Let me get my ears pierced. She said,
You guys are a
no.
cool family.
Dad said no. One time I told my dad, yo, should I get my ears pierced? She's like, yes, why not? Kumbe, my mom's telling me that dad has a problem and dad does not care. One time dad comes back home from a cruise trip. We're driving back from, I don't even lunch with my mom. My dad says, Nate, let's go get our ears pierced. My mom said, together. My mom said, what?
Hey,
My mom
fathers
said,
are trembling at this
my mom said, what?
conversation.
Then my dad took us to, where did we go? Somewhere in Westlands.
So in Westlands, yeah.
Yeah, get our ears pierced. We get home. My mom says, I don't know what this is, but I'm not going to support your midlife crisis. And you're not going to bring Nate into it.
It was only you or also a sibling?
It was not a midlife crisis. It actually paying homage to my ancestors.
Isn't that even Octo said?
Flowery.
Even Octo said he got his ears pierced because Tracy wanted her ears pierced. And he's like, so we'll do it together.
I take here. So it's actually just honoring culture. Yeah.
Me, mine is aesthetics.
No party mutu.
Yani nilitoboa juu ya mtu kwanza.
Let me tell you. Siwezi wadanganya. I'm sure hata Neta kona maybe more people.
Usiseme Neta amesema wote.
Yeah. Mwanza nakapitia, but anyway, story for another day. But I was telling this guy sometimes back, there's some work I needed to do at the barracks, and they couldn't let me in because of my dreads.
Military.
Yeah, and I didn't know why. So you know the way you try to have a discussion with someone and realize, bruh. Kumbe, it was a colonial rule that they still uphold up to date. Because Mau had hair like this, and so they were not allowed near the barracks because that's where weapons are kept. Please tell me why in 2026 that still applies.
Man, it's foolish, man. There's a story about a military guy goes to a barracks. A new general goes to a barracks, finds some soldiers standing next to a stone, like a floor. And then finds, says, there's a guard there every day. Says, what's happening here? Said, no, we found this being done when we joined the military. It's only been done for about 50 years. Then he goes out to find out. He realizes that they put a sentry there the very first time because there was wet cement. But the cement dried. But for 50 years later, there's someone being sent there to stand next to that thing.
They just upheld it.
Yeah, so the same rule there in the military. Yeah.
It's so crazy, bro. And it's sometimes those small things just piss me off in the sense of sometimes let just common sense work. The same thing come here, Strathmore. I'm like, bro, we're in 2026. Please make it make sense how you dress affects how what you do. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
But there are many things in government. I remember when Uhuru was elected in 2013, Twitter actually helped stop a habit that was been there for a very long time. So every National Day celebration across this country, the DO stands up in a stadium and reads a speech from the president. Now, there used to be someone who had a tender for flying the speeches in the morning. So there's at Wilson Airport, planes take off to deliver speeches across the country. So when Uhuru came in, they did a tender. They advertised for the tender. Someone noticed, some guy called Mwalimu Kiama, Edwin Kiama noticed that it was shared online, and that stopped that habit of planes flying across the country to
collect a piece of paper.
That I can read on, that the president always posts on their X anyway.
It was happening for over 50 years.
That is mad.
Kuna mtu alikula vizuri.
For a very long time, Ndege na peleka do speech all over the country. You see, the speech was...
And that is every Madaraka Day, every Jamhuri Day.
It was state secret. So your speech in that daily.
Well, bro, so that's the same thing as guys who have newspaper tenders up to date.
To date, and even there's people who have tenders still to date. And I think those guys are colonial government or people who are very connected. They're called it, I think, I won't mention the names so you don't get sued. There's a company that has tenders to provide Mabati houses to the police till to date.
Oh yeah, those round Mabati houses.
They're still there. They're called uni huts. Even right now, across this country, there are tenders to supply those Mabati houses every year. When guys are deployed, Mabati houses go with them.
Do we need... so is there such high demand for housing within the police?
Yes. They don't
you have to supply annually?
They don't have enough because every time you hire people, then you deploy people. So they're going to deploy someone in maybe Marsabit. Hakuna enough forces, they get those uni huts. However, we should not have police living in barracks.
In quarters.
It's a very colonial thing. But the police ought to live in the community.
Yeah.
So if they arrest in uniform, akikuenjoy vibaya, akenda jioni kama yana uniform, unapiga ngete unamwambia nirudishie deni ulininyang'anya. So unawatia adabu because you make them. So when you put police in barracks, it's like caging a dog.
Yeah.
Becomes fierce, and he knows that you can't reach it. But if you put the police in the community where they work, so if you work in Ruaraka, you live in Ruaraka, you'll stop harassing people because ndakuwekea wanted. Ukifika home, mimi na wewe kwako.
Has the Kenya police ever helped you in any way?
Yes, they do.
Boni.
Very.
Boni has the most interesting relationship with police.
Very.
Sometimes it's admirable from the outside. I don't want to be neat, but...
No, actually very. Like, they've been sent to arrest me. They give me a heads up.
They're like, we're picking up.
They give me intel sometimes. They let me know what's happening. They're good cops, actually. There's some younger cops who are very, very good. I helped the police fight. There's about over 1,000 inspectors who couldn't get a promotion because they were graduates, and let them fight that fight. And then when they won the case, there were many people. They brought me 10K. So chekula pesa ya polisi.
10K per person or total?
No, 10K in total from 1,000 police officers. They are mean like that. Everyone
but you're equal kachwani. If you think about it value-wise.
No, 10 bob. 1,000.
Wase 1,000 wakikuleta ka 10K total.
One bob kila mtu. No, one bob ni boy.
Ni kama tu ukipatia polisi chwani. So
oh yeah, wankeka ka 50 bob yani. Yeah. No, I think one of the things we have to do, we have to hire better. As long as you have people by removing their shirt and running around the ground.
Na kuangalia meno kuna meno ngapi. I'm like,
No, lazima
number of teeth.
Yes, because so you need to be able to chew corruption money.
Okay. Yeah.
So
that is
lazima ukule hongo.
Ujaona huko eti when they're hiring it finally. I'm like sasa.
By the way, do you know Nate's name at home? Afande.
Why?
Once upon a time, I wanted to be a police officer.
No way. Be a police officer.
Guys, I didn't know.
How old were you, Ned?
I was like 8.
Allowed.
I was like 8. I wanted to be a police officer.
You hadn't seen enough of them in your house?
Bado. I just used to hear stories about that. Mom be like, Bonnie, I'm tired of you getting arrested.
On the house.
I used to think, police arrest people. No. Police protect the community.
Umeona movie mingi.
Too many movies.
Textbook definition of what
it's movies they watch.
Yeah.
But even those movies are a lie because in America, cops kill black people all the time.
All the time, yeah.
So then what would you tell your classmates that your dad does when you're in school?
He trends.
Before, after I started running for president.
Before.
As
I
a
told
child.
my dad's a photojournalist. Yeah, and then he's active in the political space. That's it.
Did you know to what extent?
Yeah. I you know me. I tell people tell me, oh, is there a protest this week? I'm like, I'm not had anything. I've not had anything like that in my house.
Is there a protest?
I'm not talking about Medina table.
Protest. Then at what age did you realize that he's not a regular person outside the house?
I think. At what point? People can go out to their dads on Sunday and they don't get tajwa at Majina. Like we used to go to lunch at Mpambe or ice cream at Snow Cream. People used to go for lunch with their fathers. No one knows who their father is. They can spend the whole day. So, no, hi, BONIFACE MWANGI. See, people go, they enjoy their lives. No one talks to them, no one says hi to them. It's like, guys, that's not a normal thing. That's not normal.
Did you have the convo with them?
Did
you explain to them? Because I understand how confusing it is stepping out with your dad who you assume is a normal person.
Yeah,
then you go outside, you're like,
known.
Happens the first time, second, third time, you're like,
So-
my nigga, come here.
Something is going
What is
on.
going on?
They actually hate it. They have always hated it, actually. And I think now it's more as teenagers because they feel disturbed. Like every time you go out, you can't finish a meal, you can't just have a conversation without either your phone ringing or leaving the table or someone coming to ask you some random thing. Kenya nenda aje? Unaona mambo iko namna gani? You don't even know where to start. Yeah.
It's now worse than ever. People will walk up to me, as not even far. You go shopping, Carrefour, Mamtas, you go get bread. You end up having a 15-minute conversation as to why my father should team up with Edwin Sifuna. Like, guys, that's none of my business.
Unataka tu mkate uende nyumbani.
Listen, he posts you all the time. Before I met you, I knew who you are, your name, because he posts you all the time.
So
of course, people will know who you are when you step outside.
No, during COVID, we were bored. So we're doing Penda Familias. We're just sharing videos of us doing many, many things. And then you had to actually have a safe room in the house. So which meant our bedroom was no-go zone. So if we went to our bedroom, we couldn't record you. So you have like tons and tons of videos. But now because they're teenagers, they feel like they're very self-aware about themselves. So you have to get approval to post anything.
For them?
Yes, they have to approve. From them.
My sister. Hey.
Have you met
Guys,
Nyla?
if you guys think my father is serious, wait till you meet Nyla. My dad and my sister clash like this in the house. My dad has a couch in the house. He comes home, he wants to watch TV. If he finds Nyla there, wanakosana. My dad will come home like, Nyla, move, I need to watch TV. My dad will be like, why? You found me here. I'm watching TV. Why do you want to disturb me?
She's the real Afande.
I'll tell you, in reality, my sister is the oldest. I was just born first by accident.
Yesterday, my wife sent my daughter to go and get a glass of water or something.
Yeah, at 10 p.m.
Akamwambia nimefanya nini?
I'm asleep.
Akamwambia,
My sister
I'm not here, mimi nimelala. I'm not here, I'm asleep.
Let me tell you, I remember even at Showman, she came to where we were and she was giving out the manifestos. And then she didn't even say hi. She was just like, vote for my dad as president. Gave out and just left. I was like, Nyla, you're not going to say hi. Then she came back, oh, okay, hi, guys. I was like, I swear, she just came, vote for my dad as president. And then she just left.
I think I've been very lucky not to be arrested when she's around because she'll beat up the cops. She'll just start fighting.
Damn.
And so one of the things actually, so I grew up being bullied a lot when I was young. That's on Paul Softy. Nilibuliwa sana. So my kids, before they hit teenagers, boxing coach 3 times a week. Everyone must learn how to fight in that house. Everybody. So the things that I did not do as a child, so I make an effort. So one of the things, when my kids were, before they were 10, they were learning Mandarin. Because those are the times that Uru was borrowing recklessly from the Chinese. I'm like, if we're going to become Chinese slaves, at least my kids can be translators.
Make some money off it. I love.
And then because I have no bone, I can't dance, so they could play music and then boxing, like things that I would like them to learn. So they learned how to drive before they were 12 or 13.
That's fine.
So like the things that I did not have as a child. And the other thing about living my life is living with the fear that you're going to die young. And so the memories you create must be long-lasting memory. Like, where did you learn to listen to Fela Kuti, my dad? How did you know who was Bob Marley, my father? How did you learn why did you go to law school? Like, when did you read your first Grisham?
You made me read when I was like 10 and I tried notes.
Yeah, so like you have to...
John Grisham, the novel?
Yes, because he writes very well about court cases.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the whole idea. So the things that I did not get a chance to enjoy in life, I try and give them so that if I died young, right, even if I died today, and they'll say, oh, Dad was present. He was there. Yeah.
Did you have a conversation with them about just how dangerous what you do can get?
Not in that sense, but there's a time they lived in exile in the US. So they had an idea.
That's around when Softy came out?
Yes, Softy came out 2020, but there's a part of that in Softy.
Okay.
So they lived in exile for almost a year.
Yeah.
Went to American schools and all that. So they knew that whatever Dad was trying to do was that dangerous.
Nile and Jabu didn't know.
Yeah, no, he did, yeah.
You did? Did you understand the gravity of what was going on?
I found out, my mom told me, I think 6 months in. She didn't, because me and my siblings thought, we're going for holiday, Dad's working. Life is sweet.
Yeah.
Then one day I repeated class 3 in the States. So my mom was telling me, I was invited for a science program. So on the way home, she's telling me, Nate, actually, I'm like, nah, it's dangerous to be at home. And Dad is trying to best rectify the situation. I was like, damn. And I couldn't tell my siblings. My siblings watch CBBS and eat Fruit Loops. So how can I tell a 5-year-old why we're here?
Them was just vibing. Because I remember when I watched Softy, it was sort of a very direct way of showing the consequence of what you do to your family directly. It was just how what you do affects your family. But then seeing it from them, seeing Njeri break down in the film, see how confusing it was at some moments for the kids. And I was like, bruh. Like, I didn't understand how intense it could get for them. But it looks like you've done a pretty good job in sort of protecting them from whatever was happening.
Yeah, actually, even my wife, actually. So she doesn't get to know everything.
I can respect that.
Yeah, because now she's going to carry your burden and then she has her burden. It's like, don't tell her everything.
Yeah.
So it's not everything that I tell her, actually. She gets to learn about it much, much later. It comes out. I was like, oh, that's what was going on. It's like, yeah.
Whew, bruh. You've made a lot of sacrifices in your life.
I've tried, but God him so.
Nakwambia hata anaona nini na
Kihara.
Umeona?
Struggle is showing.
Bien. You have an
application.
Itabidi tu wachane naye.
Nini nakuanga na kufight hairline hivyo? Like my brother recently went bald.
Yeah.
Like I saw it in stages from the dyes, from sijui going to the kinyozi sijui 4 times a week. I'm like, so you just buy these things, keep them in the house.
Yeah.
It's cheaper just to...
No, it's denial.
Yeah.
It's you have to deny kidogo.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm 42.
Unangoja tuseme?
Hapa ndo nani?
You're young for... You look
Ile nye Kevin Hart anasemanga damn. Yeah. But so Ned, so when your mom explains to you, sorry to take you back to when you're in the States. So how did you process that? What did it mean to you at that point?
I just took it to the pinch of salt. I was like, okay. So now when my dad would call us once a week, I'd be like, okay, there's a little more seriousness and gravity when I'm speaking to him because now I understand what's going on at home and why we're there. Yeah.
Have you ever been opposed to what he does?
Genuinely?
Yes. There was a stage in around 13, 14. I used to crack jokes with my friends like, you guys, you know, your fathers put you first. Me, it's Kenya, then the rest of us. As we get what's left, you know?
Kenya.
But then, as you grow older, you understand. The reason Kenya is above is because he wants us to live in a Kenya we can be proud of.
Do you clock it this or this?
Ruto
Under Ruto land before. Bruh, it's this.
Why are you comparing and he's out losing the job? No, it's not that.
This clock in the mid-finger.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
There you go, was there? You learn something new every day.
Yeah. Every day. Yeah. I'm 32.
Unangoja niseme?
Clock him.
Yeah. So for you, Boni, how the dynamics been between just balancing everything? Like these things you can't reveal to your family, but some of it they'll still find out. And then you also just have your personal life.
So the most dangerous time for any person, especially in this movement we're in, is planning a protest. So you're going to deliver pigs to parliament. You can't say you're going to deliver pigs.
Let me tell you, pick Boni.
Hey.
Creativity. I'm sure when the MPs were like,
You got us here.
So you're going to put people in danger if they know there is going to be all these things. So you have to hide things from them. But it comes to a level. So when the risks or when the threats to your family or the ecosystem, then you have to let them know. But if they're just for you, you just linger. Because every other week you have new threats.
Yeah.
Every other week someone says something or says this is going to happen to you. Someone says they're watching you, they're looking at you, they're doing these things. So every other week that's very common. And you can't go home every week.
Yeah.
You're like you're crying wolf. So you can't go home every week and say, I'm going through this. Even when you struggle mentally, you don't go home and say, I'm struggling mentally. You go home and show up and you're like, oh, everything is okay. But I think the biggest loss apart from the affecting family, I think is losing friendships. Because, and you lose on many levels. You lose friendships, number one, primarily because you're never present for their birthdays, to see them in hospital, or for a wedding, because you're very busy trying to, let's quote unquote, make a difference and save the country. Yeah. Or secondly, the people that are your friends realize that being your friend will make them lose business.
Them a lot, yeah.
Yeah, like Boni is your friend. They get attacked. They're like, I don't want to be your friend because I'm losing the other clique of friends that I have. So they stay away from you. And it's understandable. People have to be selfish. So yeah, and then the other thing maybe because you fail to cultivate the friendship because you're ever busy. So now I'm in my 40s and I'm regretting lots of friendships, some of them. And then also you also feel like there's some dreams that you had that failed along the way or you can never achieve them. Like now in this country, I have almost zero anonymity. So there are things you can never do. I wasn't Galidos manifestos. And then there's, and basically you feel like you're halfway in your life and you're like, what next? Yeah.
Do you fear for his life anymore?
I was just about to...
That's just another Tuesday, bro.
Wow, mano. That is Tuesday.
Those are the things you throw in your prayers, man. Just, we're grateful for the clothes on your back, the food on your plate. Dad is still alive. You take it with every step.
Would you ever be an activist?
See.
You don't love the country that much.
Bro,
forget it. No, but by virtue of him being your dad, do you feel like sometimes there's a target on your back?
Yeah. There have been instances like I'm going back home from training. You're seeing the same Subaru, Ngong Road, Karen Road, Ufike Langata Road. Okay? So there are stages, sometimes you have to take different routes home all the time. And you have to get used to it. Because you go and tell your friends, I was followed them. I'm like, are you okay? I'm like, guys.
But the thing about, even if there's no Subaru, being paranoid keeps you alive. because you're more careful about who's giving you a drink,
You are allowed.
where you're hanging out, who you're sending nudes to, you know.
Sana hapo. You want.
No, people have 2 phones.
It shows as a black screen.
No net, no face, no case.
Hey!
This is the advice your father gives you.
What a dad.
You should come for dinner to my house.
How was your sex talk like growing up?
Did I really get a sex talk?
I'm only paying condoms.
We'll pay condoms.
You figure your shit out, bro.
And it's never happened even till now.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
But there's a time I was becoming an asshole. And so one of the things, you reach an age where you can beat a child. So Nate behaves like an asshole. And then I removed his bedroom door for how many years?
Nah, it was like 8 months.
8 months.
Tulikosana na babangu.
So ulikuwa unavalia nguo kwa bafu.
Nilienda chuo, nikarudi home. My bedroom was a hallway. Hey, a good 8 months.
What?
There's no door in his bedroom because aliongea vibaya. Sitampiga, but si nyumba ni yangu. So I can remove the door.
Mlango ni yako pia.
I know it was sitting in the backyard for time. I used to, on my way to school, I just look at it, I'm like, shit.
You never tried to return it when he's
So you can remove it again. But I used to crack jokes. You know, if it's an age where I can't beat you, but I will call my friends and we will beat you together.
Like if you can't beat you, I can arrange for it with you.
Yeah. And the other thing I think, and this is a lesson that you can learn from Joey. So for those who don't know Joey was this guy who allegedly killed Monica, and he was jailed for life. He's in jail right now.
He's in jail now.
So
did he get parole?
No, he did not get parole. But Joey goes and I don't know if he killed that woman, but it looks like he was part of a gang that went to take advantage of that woman. But when he goes there,
he's somehow involved with Monica in a way.
And then he goes there, and then everything he does after that incident is actually silly. He calls Jackie Maribe. They hire a gun.
Yeah, he
shoots himself. Goes to the hospital and does all manner of shit.
Yeah.
So I tell my kids and my kids' friends and my friends' kids, I tell all kids that I get a chance to mentor, if you ever make a mistake, if you ever fuck up, call your parents.
Yeah.
Because they've lived this life long enough to give you advice. And if you cannot call me, call one of my friends. Or call one of your uncles or aunties. Don't ask advice from a child. Because a child will give you foolish advice. Joey had foolish friends who gave them foolish advice. And now he's in jail, alone.
Yeah.
That murder, it was actually a theft because that woman came with money from South Sudan.
Yeah.
He's not only in jail because he's a foolish man. Even you, as you continue to grow, if you ever fuck up or make a mistake, it doesn't matter what you've done, call me first or call any of my friends. We'll first sort you out, then we say, okay, what do we do later?
My favorite list is my dad, my mom, and a list of lawyers. A list of lawyers,
Not lawyers.
human rights defenders.
Friends.
Martha Karua to a list of lawyers. Hey.
William Tunga.
William Tunga is a list of lawyers.
I love this.
Bruh.
Actually, he was meant to go, so he had a chance to go to Leeds, Birmingham, or Liverpool. And Kivuta Kibwana, who is a professor.
Shout out to Prof.
Yeah, akampatia advice. Akamwambia if you want to do, because he wants to play football, plays for a local team here.
Are you good?
Well, that's you're asking me subjectively. Yes, I think I'm good. Yes, I know I'm good.
Exactly.
Yeah. So he told him if you want to go to study law, go to a college, you can actually play football. So he's going to a college that has a football team, so he can play football and study law at the same time.
Nice.
That's good advice.
William Tunga in conversation?
You're supposed to talk to him. When are you ready? Are you ready?
Bro, I'm honest.
Here or there? Or downstairs?
Downstairs.
He's been cheating on you guys.
Downstairs.
But because he always talks and you guys mnakuanga tu hapo ni ma sound tracks.
Hata ni yeye bado ako nazo.
Ndio niko nazo ya.
Wapatie chance, wapatie kitabu ulize maswali.
Hiyo ndo
tunakuanga guest stroke host.
Yeah.
Stroke audience.
Yeah. So Unbounded.
So you're the Beyonce or the BN of the group?
Nah.
He's definitely Michelle. Let's just make it clear.
Wow. Wow. Unbounded.
Have you read it?
Well, I lived it, but yes. You know, people even ask me that about Softy. I'm like, have you heard Softy? I'm like, guys, I don't know if you know.
I mean, it's
Literally my life.
yeah. Actually, Softy won 2 awards. You come to Unbounded. 2 awards. No.
A couple of awards, more than
Couple of
2.
awards, yeah.
Best editing at Sundance.
Yeah.
A couple of awards, yes. And if you We're going to put the link there. They can watch it. If they haven't watched it, yeah.
Wait, there's a public link for Softy?
Yes, there is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because me remember me
that's
watching
it.
the cinemas when it came out.
There you go. Go and tell that girl this was in the cinemas, but you can watch it in my
But you
room.
cannot. Bas.
Ujue ukimpea condoms hata zitumia lakini bado. But atakuwa akifanya kitendo.
How do you know that much?
I spend so much time with him.
Not with the
Wait.
Guys, we just shoot the podcast.
Anakuwa through pass or back pass?
Through pass.
Through pass.
Back pass maybe na Randy.
Randy ameingilia watu.
Nyuma.
No, you know, like the way to go to,
Ujasema poa.
for guys. Listen, for context actually, because you know, guys, some of us are millennials, almost millennials. Like, are you a millennial?
Wako in their 30s.
Okay.
Gen Alpha.
So
Acha
what
kujitetea
happens?
sana. That is.
So if you go out and you take a chick and you go home with her and you like her and then you do things, they're like, my buddy will legend this chick. Give them your friend a back pass. So alikuwa na lakini endelea hapo back pass. No, through pass is the one you don't touch. Unaambia best yangu chukua.
That's
Oh, I understand
Yes,
now.
back.
I didn't know back pass was. I didn't
Where
know
am I
that was
learning
your
about
term.
Back pass you're in first. Then unaambia best yako ni aje.
It's like a train.
It's a train.
Yes.
I didn't know, but I
Not
didn't
at the same time.
No, at the
Yeah,
same
I
time.
know, but
You're done.
Back pass iko na referee kama wa CV.
So unaambia ni tamu. Endelea bro.
Damn.
Tamu. I recommend. Best yako by the way your back pass ilikuwa poa. And then next time best yako anapatia through pass.
so through pass ni mabeste tu. So
Yeah,
like,
I've seen a
Wewe
chick.
chukua.
Put in a good word for them.
Huyu ni wako. Unamwachia. Then the next time you go out and then your friends are like, bro, come. Ama, for example, you go out and then you're a jamaa, then you're two chicks and then they're both hot. Then you call them and say, niaje bro, kuna through pass yako hapa.
back pass mimi I didn't know. Through pass I know.
No, back pass, yeah. So whatever you give and ukipatia leftover, back pass
Back
zako.
pass.
Yeah.
Lakini wewe siwezi. Fadhali ujizo. Unaweza changamka. So
That part.
si net wewe.
Hey,
Huu ni net, mimi ni no nut.
no, nothing.
No, nothing at all. Yeah. So for maybe someone who's not shared, you still have physical copies of Unbundled?
Yes, actually. I have some in the car. We can share them, yeah?
Okay.
Grab it.
Yeah,
But go on.
bring. So I just want to know from Net's perspective, what do you think your dad wanted the reader to get out of that book?
It was before Softy, so like it's a look into his life. You understand my dad in a way that people have not understood before, his background, his upbringing, all of his experiences that have shaped him as a person to meet the BONIFACE MWANGI you've seen today. Yeah.
How accurate is what he describes in the book to his actual private life in the house as a dad?
I think the book is more accurate. No. In that house, I kulanga stressed, man. I'll be sitting in the crib. I have class at 11 a.m. My sister and my dad are making jokes. You don't have a job. Why not washing the dishes? Why not cooking for us dinner? Then dad jumps in. You know, at your age, I was working 3 jobs. Dad, man.
But then I started working when I was about 11 years old.
Just bring it. Yeah.
And then from when I was 11,
can
I
just
worked, then went to approved school. Then I was expelled from approved school at the age of 14.
You know how talented you have to be to do that?
Expelled from approved school. Kwani unapelekwa wapi sasa?
I know. After hapo sasa unaenda wapi?
And then, guess what happens to me? Unaweza fungua. At the age of 17, my mother dies, and I was left with rent arrears. Actually, I'd planned to go with NATE today, but it's late today. I'm going to take NATE to where I grew up, and then where my mother and I used to live when I was very, very young. So as it goes out to the world, he just understands where it's coming from. Because the truth is, my kids are very privileged. They go to private schools, they're going to go to private universities, and I've worked very hard to give them that life. But it did not come to me easily.
That's true.
So, and actually, that's the reason I'm running for president. Actually, I want that kind of life that my kids have to be available to everyone. It should not just become because you're privileged or you have money that your kids go to private universities. The people we have in power today, the majority went to public universities, but they used to work. Right now, if you want a good education, you have to go to private universities. So they destroy public institutions so they can give us private schools for the rest of us. Yeah.
So it's like you destroy a system that works so you can privatize.
Yeah, look at SHA. The same thing. Destroy healthcare so you can run healthcare on the side. Yeah.
Do you pay much attention to the political landscape, Nate?
Nah. Okay. Unless I hear about it in the house.
Which is all the time.
Every day. Yeah.
Like, I don't go out of my way to like delve into politics.
Okay.
If it comes my way in conversation, I'll learn about it, this, and that. Otherwise, nah.
Okay. So Bonnie, here's the book. So take us through this book for someone who's not had a chance to read it.
So the book begins with my story of my grandmother called Wangeshi, and gives birth to my mother who was called Wakioro. And then when my grandmother in 1952 actually, my grandfather is arrested. He was in Manyani prison for 6 years. He was a Mamau. And when he comes back, finds his wife has 2 kids. Because when he left, my grandmother had only 1 child. But during that time, it was a height of emergency. So all the Kikuyus were taken to villages, either Merio, and my grandmother was raped by the home guards. And that's how our second-born was born, my grandmother's second-born. And she gives birth to other kids. My mother leaves Shags, gets at her age, actually, when she was a teenage, she realizes that she's not circumcised, and other kids are circumcised, and there's no money. She gets some goats, sells them goats, go pays for circumcision money, gets circumcised with her sister together, called Wamoyo. Grows up to come and live in Nairobi. My mother was a very good singer. She could sing. Akapiga sherehe in Nairobi. Ended up with 7 kids, 6 different fathers. Like my mother never really got married. And then she found religion actually in the 80s. So from this very happy, loving woman, she becomes a very religious, sad woman. She got liver cancer. But she didn't know because the church she was going to did not allow her to go to hospitals. So she dies at a very early age, 49. So that's the story of my mom. And then, so in the book, I talk about my grandmother and my grandfather, who comes back after 6 years in prison, Manyani prison, comes back and finds that there's nothing at home, goes back to work in sisal farms in Kibwezi to be able to fend for her family. Goes back to work back for the white man. And was in jail for 6 years for fighting the white man. Those are colonial days. So my grandmother and even my mother became very religious and very staunch because the poverty, the only thing they could look up to is heaven. So they became extremely religious. So, and it's a very sad thing because if you look at this country, the reason why people pray more in this country, because basic things cannot be met. And so prayer becomes your only solace. Prayer becomes your only hope. Prayer becomes the only thing that gives you comfort. But in most developed countries, where we borrow our money from, where we want to go, or where we wish Kenya was, those people are less prayerful. Because you don't need prayers to get medicine in hospitals. You don't need prayers to have 3 square meals a day. You don't need prayers to feel safe because there's security. You don't need prayers to do those things. And so basically, prayer has become a pacifier for poor people. And also a pacifier in a very bad way. Because you see, a pacifier works in this way. When a child cries, you give them a pacifier, they stop crying, but they're still hungry. When you remove the pacifier, they start crying again. So Kenyans use pacifier to wish away their problems and kujishikilia hapo. When people say that navumilia, tunashikilia, ni kuamini Mungu, ni God tu, ama ni bora uhai, those are bad state of being. Because you're saying that from a place of hopelessness. So I only wish as a country would pray
relentlessly.
No, I would say as a country, I wish would pray less and do more. Because prayer without works is dead.
True.
And prayer cannot save you if you're not saving yourself. There's a man who was stranded on top of a house and there were floods. Some guys came to rescue him with a boat. Said, no, I'm waiting for God to save me. They came with a chopper. He said, no, I'm waiting for God to come and save me. The man drowned. He goes to God and says, oh God, why did you not save me? Why did you not save me? But God said, I sent a boat, I sent a chopper. And I think Kenyans right now, where we are as a country, is that we're telling God to save our country. and to give good leaders. But you're fighting those good leaders because you're like, no, apana si huyo. Who do you want? Who do you want? And I'll add this, actually. I have so much respect for Ruto supporters. So much respect for them. Because they love their Ruto openly. They support him openly. They vote for him openly. And also had the same level of respect for Raila Odinga supporters. Because they don't hide and say, oh, you know. They love Raila Odinga with all his flaws, with all his faults, and say that Raila was ours, right? But people I have a problem with are the fence sitters. They don't know what they want. And they can't even describe what they want. But they have a fighting. I have a problem with that. So tangaza msimamo. Declare, like a double-minded man or a double-minded woman shall receive nothing from the Lord. Declare your stand, where you are at. Usikue una hapa ama una ile. And politicians have been able to take advantage of that. They know you guys can be swayed. So that's why every other week kuna kuanga naka wave to. So this book basically is about, it has some of my best works. My work, post-election violence, Mungiki, my work as a photographer of the Standard. The forward was written by Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Willie Mutunga.
His eyes went up when he said Barack Obama.
So basically, it's a masterpiece of a book. And I'm going to give the three of each of you a copy so that Muskepoa and one for the studio. So 4 copies. Yes.
Okay. We can actually, okay, anyway. We'll see what
can buy. Oh, you're rich.
Mine
It's
okay.
And that's how we can endorse here. I was even asking Nate when I was coming, who among the three is a rich kid?
What did Nate say?
It's like, I couldn't tell you, bro.
They all look rich.
Let me tell you, the only rich kid here is actually Mwass and Mariah. Maybe those are rich kids.
Not even rich kid, comfortable.
Yeah, we are comfortable.
Comfortable in good Nairobi is rich. Yeah. Maybe I'm not even close to a rich kid.
Yeah, the choker of the relationship.
Me, I just came to Nairobi the other day.
For real?
Yeah.
Where is Ocha?
Kuria. I'm Kuria. Kuria.
Bro, you guys are such a small tribe.
I know. We are like we are almost non-existent. And that's why I was born. I came to Nairobi the other day. I came to Nairobi for uni. Yeah, when I came to join university.
Do you think we'll ever meet another Kuria to marry? No.
Chances are no. Unless I marry directly from the village. Like unless I go to the village to marry.
All right.
Kisibania.
My village is called Nyamatham.
But they're actually almost Tanzanian, right?
Yeah, we have. I think there's more Koreans across the border in Tanzania than in Kenya.
Kenya.
So
I was born in Taveta.
The rich ones. Taveta?
Yes, I was born in Taveta.
Hey, mwanangu vipi mbona tuelewi leo? Mbona asikii lahaja.
Lahaja is comfortable.
I don't know lahaja ni accent.
No, this is Kiswahili. Kiswahili changu si kibaya.
Kweli. Ungesema Kiswahili yangu si mbaya. Nikakwambia bro.
Yes, I do speak Kiswahili.
Mariah, where were you born?
Kiswahili sasa.
It's enough to survive.
Okay.
Kiswahili chako kiko vipi? Kuna rafiki yangu alikuwa ni Mjerumani. Alikuwa anajifunza Kiswahili. So akaenda na mwalimu wake Java. More than your feelings, right?
More than the story it carries.
If you open his notes, the poems outweigh this book.
Yeah.
They just haven't found
They write poems, yeah?
You do write poems?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm finding the girls later.
I'll find the pictures for you to illustrate your poems. I was saying that kulikuwa na rafiki yangu alikuwa anajifunza Kiswahili. So akaenda na mwalimu wake Kiswahili wakaenda Java. So akamwambia mwalimu wake, leo wewe usiitishe, mimi nakuitishia. Naomba umpe kahawa, nampatie samosa, na naomba pia tulete kuma mbili.
Java. Alikuwa anajua Java wanakuma kwa menu.
Alikuwa anataka huma mbili.
Huma, what is huma?
Ojui huma, huo ni fork.
Alikuwa ndasahau kidogo. Alikuwa nimesahau.
Sasa waitress akasema, mimi nina moja, acha niite mwenzangu.
So Kiswahili si lugha chetu.
Karibu Mariah aseme Kiswahili yangu si mbaya.
Kiswahili hopscotch. Niko hapa liko pale.
Ukienda kwa Nange Street, ambapo tu dada wewe anaitwa Mariah. Pesa ngapi?
Shingapi.
Shingapi mwanangu?
So your name is Maria?
Maria, Baraya, potato.
All right.
The only way we agreed is my dad can never call her Mariah because my dad anangoanga.
Kikuyu accent.
Deep in the R's and
Mwangi
the
senior.
L's. So
Uko na Mariah. Maria? Yeah.
Actually, if you ever marry her, the dog said, meet my Mariah.
Yeah.
Kwanza kuna siku alisema wako huko na kina Mariah zake. I'm like, Dad, I closed down that business.
My dad was close to the truth, but he didn't know.
That's a fact.
Those days are behind you. Yeah. No, I'm actually on record for being arrested for prostitution back in my campus days.
For real?
Allegedly.
Were you soliciting?
Yeah, I was soliciting. We were not soliciting. We were accused of soliciting.
You know they arrest people randomly for
walking at night.
Walking at night.
Loitering.
Drunk and disorderly because they just wanted money.
When
So
was-
how will they charge prostitution?
Loitering with the intent of soliciting prostitution.
Yeah.
Me one time I was working with my wife because we used to work at the Standard. I ended up apo Then it was a night. I was on kulikuwa na night duties those days. You'd have a standby photographer and a standby writer until 9 or 10 before the paper goes to bed. Because before the paper goes to bed, if there's a breaking story,
has
you're
to be
sent.
published.
There's no social media. So in there is a
When is the last stories could be accepted for papers? Around what time of the night?
So the last paper was the Nairobi edition. Could go to bed about 10, 11.
Okay.
And would be ready and shipped across the country by morning.
No, that's Nairobi edition because they had the coast edition goes to bed at 7
Because of the distance.
So Kisumu 8, depending on the distance. They print in batches. 50,000 for this county. So you'd actually find a headline in Kisumu and Nairobi are different.
For the same paper?
Yes.
Maybe there was a developing
Someone
story.
had to leave.
They want Raila. No, they want Raila on the front page. Central want Kibaki on the front page.
Okay.
Coast want something else.
Oh, otherwise they're not going to buy the paper.
Yeah, so the paper was topical. Like the front page and the front picture would change.
Bro, you're telling me a standard newspaper for today, I'd
It's
find
different.
the Kisumu one would be, the headline would be different from the Mombasa one. And
Yes, that's like 10, 15 years ago, yeah.
Okay.
Even The Nation, all the papers.
Yeah.
But so me, I'm walking outside in Jerry, and then the police stopped Kwenange Street. So we were just walking because I said, let's take a walk. Nairobi was safe. Nowadays, it's Mukuru kwa Sakaja. Nairobi was safe those
Mukuru kwa
days.
dimples.
Kwa sewerage. Now, Nairobi was safe. But so I'm walking, police wananiambia, kuja wewe, uko na malaya. Kuja na wewe malaya wako. So namuuliza ndugu yangu ni nini? And then those days, cops, there are not many journalists and all that. So they told him, no, we work at the Standard. Then they all, poleni. But we were called little malaya kwa barabara kama tu wewe.
That's
The fact that
Mine was a lie, yours is true.
Sikuwa na solicit. The problem was when you were arrested, we were taken to the OCS kusiju kutoa kitu kidogo.
Yeah.
Alafu now the OCS had a daughter in the same campus.
Yeah.
Akasema nyinyi ndio mnafanya mtoto wangu asisome. I'm like, no. Okay.
I don't even know your daughter.
Yeah.
If your daughter looks like you, I'm not touching her.
I was like, wow. I'm not trying to give her the D. Those ones she's getting on her own. So alikasirika akasema, wafikishwe kotini kesho.
Have you ever paid for sex?
Nah.
Are you sure?
Not directly.
Okay.
I've gone on a few Java dates.
Net, have you paid for sex?
No.
Using
As far as you know, you're a virgin.
using cryptocurrency. Bitcoin.
It's cryptocurrency.
Ingekuwa hivyo bado singeipata.
Mwasa kubaya. It's
You
okay,
have to give
Mwasa.
yourself more credit, bana.
No, but
I swear.
No,
bro,
step
bro.
one, believe in
Let me
yourself.
tell you.
Another steps.
there are people who watch this podcast just to watch you.
Yeah.
Yeah, waambiwa slide in.
Sitaki.
Hey,
They have.
wanna slide.
They have.
Slide, wanna slide.
But they can't stick.
Yani mambo yangu ni ngumu. Soft yet. Soft yet. And I still get my erections.
I didn't need to know that, by the way.
Eh?
I didn't need to know that. That is like, I could have lived without that.
But you know, those are the things Mwass tweets like on his ex. Random things. Like I still get. I'm like, okay, what do we need to know? Why do we need to know this information?
The problem you have is that in a couple of years when you're a father, you'll have to
will
experience
never
some of
be.
those tweets. Oh, you'll never be?
Yeah.
But you neutral like a dog.
Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Unajua nilisikia there's a guy was a video akaambiwa aende fanye vasectomy amesema dige hakrota gui hakro is castrate like a dog, you know, because you castrate a dog.
Yeah.
So did you castrate yourself or you castrate
No.
He's just not getting
The doctor told me, you don't need to, you're not using it.
Oh, you cut them by yourself?
No. Okay, generally, I've never wanted kids.
Oh, got you. No pressure. There's so many kids in this world. And that story, you know, there's a Sauti Sol song.
Yeah.
Mtoto anakuja na sahani yake.
Lakini chakula.
No, that plate is empty. The child is born with a plate.
Yeah.
Comes empty.
There's a statement I like telling my friends. I like my kids returnable.
Wow.
I'm a fan call. I'll play with your kids.
By the way, do you know if Ruto was fathered with drone, Kenya would be better?
That makes an excellent condom advert.
You don't use them anyway.
The two of them. So I want to know your perspective. So Macron is in the country
Oh, shit.
for what they're calling the Africa Forward Summit.
Yeah.
And yesterday, for a good part of the day, Bien and Robin Chef were being roasted online
Yeah.
for basically dining with the president. Bien, I think it was a private dinner. Ombachi had the president at the balcony. Yeah. What is your take on all that?
So
Because you're supposed to cover it earlier. And then like, bro, Boni is coming. Why do we need to unpack this by ourselves?
So I respect Bien, I respect Ombachi, and I see them in a 50-50 situation where they had to choose what they wanted. Is it they want butter in their bread, or tell the kids they can't pay their school fees or can't have this because it declined a job? It's up to them. But I also understand that our musicians actually and our artists don't understand history. So the French are some of the worst colonialists. In Algeria, they killed about 1 million people. When they're trying to get rid of Hitler, they were killing Algerians, they killed Moroccans, they killed Tunisians. And they destroyed West Africa. You know, the French West African. Right now, for the longest time, even now, there's continuous civil war in Cameroon because of the English Cameroonian, French Cameroonian, right? You go to Burkina Faso, they killed Sankara. They have killed
Lumumba? Lumumba was Belgium.
No, they took part in the Lumumba killing
Actually,
as well.
they did,
The French are involved in that. When you talk about the genocide, yes, Kagame was involved in the genocide, but also was the French involved in that genocide as well in Rwanda. So the French have never benefited anyone. They were the worst of the colonialists. They have destroyed countries. They have killed millions of Africans. And so what they're trying to do right now is get another puppet in East Africa. Now, number one,
Because the Sahel nations,
they've been kicked out.
mostly kicking them out now.
They've been kicked out.
Themselves.
Yeah. So now Macron has come to Kenya, and before he came, I think 2 weeks before he came, they signed a deal with Kenya and France signed a deal to allow French troops to come and operate in this country,
With immunity.
have a base, and they cannot be prosecuted.
Yeah.
And you need to address these things because it's neo-colonialism and imperialism as well. Right now, this country has we have 3 bases. We have the Americans have Wajir base and Manda Bay. Manda is in Lamu. Those are 2 bases. The British have 2 bases. There's Laikipia and they have Kawa Barracks.
Kawa?
There's a Kahawa garrison. Kahawa garrison. The British
I've seen the tracks a lot when I was in
they have a garrison at Kahawa, which our military cannot access. Our CDF cannot access. Our president cannot access. It's British property, American property, now it's going to be French property. And it's a very, very, very big problem. And right now, the manager of Lewa Conservancy is a former British ambassador. So let's talk about numbers right now. The conservancies which are not Kenyan, which are called the Northern Trust Range, Northern NTR, Northern Trust Range. They have 17 million acres under their control.
In Kenya.
The Lewa, the Olepajeta, 17 million acres under their control. They have ranges and they have armories that we have no idea how many guns they have, how many people they employ, even how they import those guns. So there's a very, very big problem. Now, this thing is going to affect in the long term because as we speak about becoming independent politically, we're not economically independent. The top 5 companies in this country are foreign companies. Diageo EBL is a foreign company. Safaricom is a foreign company. All these companies are foreign companies. So it's a very, very big problem. So they're trying to look for a place where they can continue having a foothold to control the region. And then you're going to be sucked into unnecessary wars. So when the Americans fight with Iran and they drop bombs or wherever they're dropping them, they can say to drop them from Manda Bay. They can just say, you know what, we park in Lamu and we just dispatch.
Yeah.
We should not be hosting foreign armies in this country. We should not be doing that. So this French-Kenya conference, whatever it is, does not serve us any purpose. And let me tell you, African presidents should not stop behaving like small boys. How does one man summon 30 African heads of state? Amuna heshima. The France doesn't have gold. They have the biggest gold reserve in the world because of what they stole from Mali. So
Mali kicked them out.
Mali kicked them out, yeah, you see? So they're trying to find a place where they can be able to carry out assassinations in the region. Even though Cheque actually is also trying to extend to that term, but they'll allow him to do that as long as he can give them access to the rare earth, uranium, cobalt, gold, diamond, oil as well. It's a very big problem. What Ruto has realized, so Ruto is not a good man. He's one of the worst. But he's also very capitalistic. He understands that if he aligns his capitalistic interests with the West, he'll become their darling. And that's why they are agreeing with him. No, I'm washer evil. Let me tell you, if the West really cared about rule of law and democracy, Ruto as a man was charged with crimes against humanity, rape and murder, displacement of people. That is charge number 1. Ruto is who 2 years ago was killing Gen Zs in the streets of Nairobi. So he's not a good man at all. Ruto is the one last year was abducting young kids because of a meme. So the West doesn't care about democracy or rule of law or justice. They just want someone malleable they can work with and get their way with. And Ruto has become that person for them. He's an Uncle Tom lover, basically. So Bien and Umbachi, maybe they don't understand.
And
Kipchoge is Popi Koshida Pia.
Yeah.
You know, it's very interesting actually because I have loved Kipchoge and I think he's an extraordinary human being.
He is.
Yeah, he is actually.
In terms of what he's achieved in
as
athletics.
an athlete, yeah. But I look at the last 2 years when there were Gen Z protests and there were killings, he could not say a word. And I want someone who's that talented because Kipchoge has fuck you money. He can say whatever he wants to say.
Yeah. And
he doesn't.
Fine.
And even Bien and Umbachi don't need a Macron and Bien doesn't need a Kagame to make it in life or to make it in music. Kagame is killing people in his country. There is no free civil society in that country. They jail journalists. There's a YouTuber who was killed last week on the day of his release.
In Kigali.
In Kigali. He served 5 years.
Rwandese YouTuber.
Yeah. He used to share YouTube videos. The day of his release, he was killed. 5 years later, there's another musician who was killed on the day of his release. So I would like to urge Bien and Umbachi, elevate your politics and elevate your skill to a level where you don't need anybody's endorsement to make your money.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. Because let me tell you, the government of Kenya fights me every day. They come after me, they arrest me, they try to jail me. But me, because I work hard and do the things I have, I also have my own fuck you money. You can't come and silence me. You can't come and tell me I can't say free Palestine. I'll say free Palestine every day. And you can't come and silence me. What you gonna do to me? Nothing. So if you know that you're the very best in what you do, because I am, in the things that I do in my life, because I don't earn from activism, but I'm very good at the things that I do. I get paid for my ideas and I'm good at it. So I can live my life and align my life with my values without ever regretting. I feel sad that our artists are becoming the American version of basketballers and musicians who can never say nothing wrong about the world because if they do that, they're going to lose. Yes. Look at Kaepernick.
Yeah, that's an excellent example.
Colin.
Talk about Kaepernick so that...
I watched his show on Netflix. What does he do again?
He was playing
Took a stand.
he took
Took a stand.
During the national anthem.
Yes, and he was one of the best American football players. And he can never get a team signing.
To this day, he's a free agent.
He doesn't have a team.
I mean, even to this day,
He's past his best time.
Best time, yeah.
they used to
Best time in
criticize
Kenya.
Wilfred Zaha because he refused to take a knee for the Nene. Was
Look
it
at-
Black Lives Matter anthem?
Muhammad Ali was known as Cassius Clay. So Muhammad Ali he wins the heavy.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay.
What do you need?
I was just requesting the funny Zimwe.
Just switch it off from here. It has an on and off button, the fan
Somewhere
itself.
there.
Like a woman.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Listen.
Muhammad Ali was?
So Muhammad Ali was the
Cassius Clay.
greatest, right? But Muhammad Ali just so wins the heavyweight championship, and then he changes his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali. Then he's given a draft to go to fight in Vietnam. He refuses to go to Vietnam, and when he refuses to go to Vietnam, they strip him of his championship and say you can never, and they say you cannot fight. Now, for those who understand boxing, you need a license to box because boxing is a killer sport. If you kill someone, when you have a license, you can go to jail. So they couldn't give him a license to fight. And he lost his best years because he took a stand on his convictions and values. And I think our Kenyan artists should be able to do that. I actually respect Charisma a lot.
I was gonna say that.
That he believes in Maraga, wears Maraga t-shirts and comes out openly about it. My problem is, how can you say that the president of Kenya is killing kids and doing these things and sing about it, then meet with someone who's coming to cleanse his presidency? You have to let your music align with the values. And it's also, let me bring it out to another level where even Beyonce and Jay-Z are cowards. They'll never talk about Palestine. They'll never openly wear Black Lives Matter t-shirts. So Charisma, by the way, wherever you are,
Good days.
big it up. And if you're an artist,
Big Riz.
Yeah.
and if you're an artist and you believe in someone, take a stand with them.
Is that rain, Mama?
Yes.
It's been raining for a while.
She's raining too, so you're going to have a Bloody Mary.
You
Charisma.
Yes, so
To charisma. Shout out to charisma.
no, I'm just saying that if you're an artist, whoever you are, take a stand. And that's what I'm saying. Ruto supporters, I respect you.
They say it with
Unapenda
their
Ruto na
chest.
kifua. So does any other supporter for any other politician. Even what is the name? Gachagwa's
Gachagwa's supporters.
They love him openly. Love the person you support openly. Don't be like that guy in the Bible called Nicodemus. During the day, he was a rich man. Then at night, he's going to, teacher, how do I become saved? Teacher, no. Do these things openly. Because in the long run, let me tell you, our lives come to an end. Then you're going to look back in history. Then you'll find you as another Kamodo, another Sharif Nasir, another Kisas John Kerry, another Muhammad Ali who is a turncoat. Chipkizi.
Jaguar.
Kwanza that one.
Jaguar.
Butlika. Endango nani?
Butita.
Butlika huyo. Don't be those. But if you're those,
Yeah.
ifanye na
Yeah,
kifua.
do it with your chest.
Do it with your
honestly.
chest.
Because either way, it's the same.
Yes, just love, let me tell you, love your oppressor without hiding.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, good luck to Bien and the beauty is you cannot define them with one mistake. They can always course correct. They can always come back to that. Yeah, they should actually, they can say it was a gig. It's a gig economy.
I don't even think they were paid for that, to be honest.
For what?
Just to have dinner. And for the balcony.
I'm not too sure how.
No, but you
Never
see
know.
now, but the beauty is maybe corporates say, if he's hanging out with presidents, I can put my money in.
On him.
So you mean like, okay.
So
like
it make economic value. Yeah. But maybe the economics matter more than the values and what they represent.
Sorry, just close the door on the windows, and that window, if you don't mind. It's closed. Not the other one. Joake Bolok. Okay, let's noise now. Yeah.
Amezima mvua vile. Oh, ni mlango umefungwa.
Umeshut? Okay.
Yes, kuzima mvua.
Sema tu kutoke.
Yeah.
Some guy takes a chick for a holiday. Mombasa kufika huko. dem akasema inanyesha. Kama mbona usimamisha? Kwani umesema kwanza the same way amesema
punguza volume. Si unajua bonfire tumebook 17th to 19th.
Oh man. Yeah, but
do you have someone in your life?
Yeah, she has 7 boyfriends.
7.
only 6 now.
You have time.
Go on.
You have time.
Go on.
Just
full
time.
Time on your hands.
You have 7
Potentials.
Wako trials wote. Kuna Ronaldo,
Auditions.
Messi and others. Oh,
Na bado kuna Mariga.
kuna local.
Wako.
All right.
And I was going to ask, now that we're even on the conversation of morals and ethics,
You see how she skipped past that question entirely.
We'll find a way.
We circle back.
so other than those two, and of course your manifesto, why would you say you are the perfect fit to become president in 2027?
All right. So I care about this country deeply, and I know many people do that. But I've put my life on the line, and I've sacrificed for this country, and fighting for the betterment of everyone's life, not only my own, but everyone's life. And I believe that when I get elected, I'll provide a leadership that has empathy and cares about people. So I grew up poor. Me, I'm basically a classic dropout that had to work very hard to go to college and study and become who I am today. But if I was growing in a society that had safety nets for poor people, I wouldn't have suffered that much. Every time when it trains, I remember sleeping outside and I think about people in Madare, Kibera, or even people who are sleeping on the streets of Nairobi. And this country is very, very rich. So what I'm going to build as president in this country is a socialist country where we have safety nets for everyone, that no one is left behind because of poverty. And how am I going to do that? I'm going to equalize standards for schools. That every single school in this country should have the same standard. A school in Lamu and a school in Lokichogio should have the same standards. A school in Karatina and Karachuonyo is the same standards. You know the way you go to a Catholic church. I live in a village in Machakos. The Catholic church there, ni mawe, someone, but also there is no mud Catholic church. They all built with stone and high ceilings and stained glass. If you go to a mosque, the mosque is standardized. They put standards. When you go to a slum, everything is matope, but the mosque is very nice. I want schools to be like that. I want libraries to be like that. I want hospitals to be like that, because if I deal with ignorance, that through education, disease by ensuring there is healthcare, then this country is going to progress. And then fight corruption. I don't want to get into power to amass wealth. I'm okay the way I am. I'm not struggling. I want to get into power and serve the Kenyan people and give them a leadership that cares about them. So I'm a socialist, by the way. Mimi ni mtu ambao na believe kwamba serikali iko na jukumu kwa maskini wote. Yeah.
Are you answered? Are you happy?
You can push back.
So I'll piggyback on 2 points. When you said you fought for the country, so many would argue that is a personal choice.
Okay, true.
And just because you have, that doesn't mean you should.
Okay.
Like, it's not a viable reason. Many would argue that.
No, it's actually very good reasoning, because while others were stealing from you, amassing wealth and killing, I was working very hard to stop them from stealing from you. I was working very hard to stop the corruption, the grabbing of school land, and the killing of young people. Like, I was basically the 911 for poor people. When they're in trouble, they call me. And I'm saying, why don't you just elect me so I can be able to fix institutions so that you don't have to struggle about that. But basically for example, you said that you might be dating. Let's assume you're dating. The person that you're going to date, you must ask them about their past. Track record. Ulifanya nini, umekuwa wapi, nini. If someone comes and tells you, me, I used to grab land and all that, but you know what? I'll just grab your heart and then we go on. There's no love there or care there. But if I come and tell you, by the way, in the last 17 years, I've fought for this country. I was parliament, I was at Nakuru Naka Primary, St. Catherine in South Sea. I fought for these schools. You can see the results of that fight is here. I did not use my platform or my opportunity to work on it, steal from you. Then you're gonna judge me with my CV. It's the same when you're hiring someone for a job as a houseboy or a house girl. You ask them, what have you done? Where were you working? They have referees. So for me, I have referees. When people come and tell me, unite or work with so-and-so, I say, this is my track record. This is where I stand on these particular issues. Me, I will not tell you I cannot answer that. Ask them, what is their stand on these particular issues? So that we know, are we going to have a marriage of convenience or a marriage of values? So you can decide for you to get married for convenience or because they said this is the coolest guy. Or you can decide to interview that person and say, do you fit in my life and where I'm going to in life?
Okay. Well, in the second one, I feel like there's a vagueness when many politicians say, or rather when people are running for president, when they say they will fight corruption.
Yes.
So what is the actuality of how you want to fight corruption if you are president?
So I believe human beings are very selfish.
Okay.
So I'm going to incentivize the fight against corruption. When we get into office, we're going to tell people, we're going to give percentage of anything that is recovered to the whistleblower. So if you know how money was stolen, and there's a billion somewhere, or a house somewhere, tell us where, the money that is recovered, you get a percentage. So you're going to reward whistleblowers and protect them. However, we might decide to do something that is done all over the world, depending on which people come into power, a moratorium. We tell guys, you know what, you stole this money and you did these things. You have 90 days or 30 days, return what you stole. No questions asked and walk away. So give guys a chance to
do the right thing.
Yeah, you give an amnesty. Guys, they return what they stole and they walk away and then they can never serve in public office.
Okay.
But if that fails, you reward whistleblowers. And then secondly, we must fasten the court process. So basically, you meet a jama, you fall in love, 9 months later, you're pregnant, you have a child, right? A corruption court case should not take more than 9 months, start to finish. So we put a time limit to it. You get arrested, you have continuous hearings, the matter ends, you appeal, your appeal is heard, and then if we're able to change the law, if you're found guilty of economic crimes, public hanging.
Public hanging.
Yes. Nyonga how? Yes, we hang in public. Uhuru Park, we have days every quarter. People who have convicted of mass stealing, mass killings, they are hung in public. Because the...
Let a sample. Hizo kamba.
Yeah, it's okay.
I have one in the house up to date.
Like a noose.
Yes.
I have a noose in the car. There's a noose in the car.
Bring. See, I have one in the house. Nimekatoa hapo kwa dining area.
Ama nilipatia Mariam Bisha.
Ulipatia Mariam pia?
I think I gave her one as well.
You just have a noose in your house hanging around?
Yeah.
That's
Hanging
scary.
I even have a copy of the constitution.
It's a very good tool.
Not that kunyonga. That's one way to do it. Wrong head.
So you must be very serious. I think we need to punish corruption to end it.
Yeah.
And we have to stop glorifying corruption. The problem is, in this country, poor people glorify corrupt people.
Unfortunately.
It's poor people who elect corrupt people. Wasema, hata kama meiba si muzi wetu. Hata kama meiba si ana share. There's a lot of those lines that goes on, and it's not a good thing. So I only wish that we could deal with corruption, because the problem we have, Kenya elected the last 2 elections. We elected Uhuru, who was a son of a thief and was a thief as president. Then he was succeeded by another thief called Ruto. And these people will continue stealing. A leopard does not change its spots. Mtoto wa nyoka ni nyoka, sio simba.
Yeah.
And that's why if you go and find a snake that is very cold and you put it in your house and you warm it, it will bite you. Yeah. That's why if you find a snake, you kill it. You don't take it to your house.
Except
Kaka.
Unless you're King Kaka.
Did you hear that?
King Kaka has a pet
He
python.
has a new snake.
I think he found a snake in his compound and he decided he'll keep it. I don't know whether he was trolling, but he just posted a video of a snake in the compound. I was like, new pet.
It could be a metaphor for a woman.
But break your heart no 22. Hey, buckle
19, not 22. 22 was Mokaya, was here before.
19 no heartbreak.
You're on to something.
You know he's a poet.
Yeah.
True. And a good poet.
So, double entry.
Yeah.
Now, do you know a gentleman called Nganga Mwigai?
Yes, I know.
Very smart guy.
Yes.
So Nganga believes that you vying for president is a wrong move.
Okay.
Nganga just feels that if you lose more people like you to the system, then there'll be lesser people who will be actively involved in civic education. Because he believes as well that the problem is with the voter profile, and that if you don't have people like you actively doing that and driving that, then we'll be stuck in the same system for a longer period.
Okay.
Nganga just feels like you're more powerful as Boni currently than Boni as
the
president.
president.
I agree. I think I'm going to be more effective as president than as an activist. But I'm going to be an activist president, so I'll never run away from that. The nooses are not there.
It's okay.
People have been using them for play rolling, man.
I knew it.
So back to this. So and I hear him actually. Everyone around is saying, "Why are you running? You know, you have an international profile. You can do anything you want with your life." And I think I want to give Kenyans a chance of us organizing, because I think this is going to be a team effort. We're going to need to be a collective movement, like all of us in the movement come together and say we're going to tell Kenyans to vote for one of us, whether it's whoever it is. Let me not mention names. But for that to happen, Kenya must have the profile of everyone who's vying, and decide who among the people who are vying is the best fit for this country. And that's why I say let's interrogate people's past before we elect them. And so I want to give myself out there and say the things that I'm saying here. Like I want to come and say that we need to hang economic thieves. So anyone else who's running for president, you ask them, said, Boniface said he's going to hang economic thieves. What are you going to do about corruption? And you have that discussion.
Yeah.
So I don't come out. So that's the reason why we're having this discussion. So I hear him. But at the same time, who's best to become president apart from people who fought and bled for this country? And this country has never been led by someone who fought and bled for it. This election is going to be the first one you're going to have at least a profile of people who have done something. Raila is gone. Raila did that. Raila bled for this country, but he never led this country. And Raila became member of parliament for Langat at the age of 47. And then the next 40 years was spent in active politics. I am running for president today against someone like Kalonzo, who was an MP in 82.
Kalonzo's been in power for 40 plus years.
Yes. And he has nothing to show for it.
Apparently now he has new ideas. He's been in active politics
Longer than I've
40
been
plus,
alive.
Imagine.
Longer than I've been alive.
Suddenly he has new ideas that he wants
Will benefit.
to...
And still, and that's the reason about the sadness of tribal politics, still people are going to say he's one of us because he's from a community. I'm only going to listen to him.
So if
And I think on this context, where I live in my village, and I'm going to tag Kalonzo because he's BFF with Wavinya. Kids have to cross a river to go to school. And the other day, a child was almost swept by the waters. And that's when you have billions in Machakos County, because I'm a Machakos County resident. Yeah.
Actually, your house is complete. Because you used to post updates on your building.
You should actually do a mic check from there.
That would be fine. Can we do the next one from there?
Yes.
Around a bonfire or something?
Yes, and bring people. No, it's not going to be me. It's going to be other people.
Yeah.
I'm opening the house to you guys.
So, I bring some brilliant people. The Ngangamui guys.
Bring people and then have it... actually, the beauty of it could be you can actually do it continuously and have it, this is what I'm looking for, live.
Yeah.
So people can actually ask and interact.
Yeah.
So you hype it, have it live, and then what do I enjoy?
And then you end the Veneco.
That's actually a nice
That's
idea.
a good idea.
So
each time we record, we plan for the next one. So we plan for this, and now we're planning for the next one
So
again.
when you're ready, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yes.
No, actually, we'll check you up on that. We'll check you up on that. If there was push for a united opposition against Ruto, based on the values that we know you for, would you join a united opposition?
So it depends who is united opposition.
Gachagua is there.
You know,
Because if you're talking about a united opposition,
It has to be
it's
collective.
like almost
202
scenario
moment,
where it was like anyone but Moi, and then it's like we have to just get
work
together.
with
They
each
knew
other.
that they have to just work together.
So one of my favorite people, she's my mother, and she's my kid's grandmother, Mother Karua. So mother has this analogy that she tells me all the time, because she says in 2002, when they joined forces with Kanu people, they just to remove Moi and defeat Uhuru, right? And they did that. And they had all manner of bad people for them to do that job. But when they got into power, they failed to finish the job because those bad people overwhelmed them. And then there was corruption and Anglo-leasing and all other
happened.
things.
Yeah.
Now, she says this. So I'm quoting Mother Karua. Mother says, if you're stuck in the mud and your car is not moving, and a naked man shows up to help you push the car, don't tell the man he's naked. Let the naked man help you push the car out of the mud and tell them, here's some clothes. Please, you're naked. Because if you tell them that they're naked when they're pushing the car, they'll not help you push out the car outside the mud.
What if they refuse your clothes after they've pushed the car and they
But
decide to stay naked?
your car, you can go. See, the goal is for your car
They've
to
done
move.
whatever they needed to do.
So she believes that there's a possibility that if there's a lot of these people who are dirty around us, and the goal is to move Kenya out of the mud, we can do that collectively. But I find I feel like you can't swim in the sewer and come out smelling clean. I feel like some of us, the ideas that we espouse and what we carry as a vessel, they are too important, too pure to mix with that.
How does even a round table with Boni and Gachagua work? Like, what are you going to discuss?
So, and the truth is, me ask, Gachago's a DO, district officer. Gachago's never been employed in his life. He's a billionaire. That should shock you, man.
Something.
But by just literally proximity to power. Proximity.
Yes, working for Moi as a DO. When
He worked for Uhuru as well as a
personal assistant for, and he's a billionaire, right? And when people were being killed in 2023 protests, because that time I was giving real advice, Gachagua was bragging about it. The only reason Gachagua says the things that he says today is because he is a jilted lover, right? And that's what I'm saying. Kenya needs fresh ideas. And we cannot coalesce around these old people. I only wish and hope that this entire movement of young people could say no to Gachagua, no to Kalonzo, no to any of these old monkeys. Let these monkeys retire and go play with themselves uko nyumbani. Because we can't say, we can't have a new forest than the same old monkeys.
Yeah.
We need to burn the entire forest.
Tricks.
So we need a forgive water moment. Let's forgive all of them and get a clean set of leaders. Now, the problem that we have as young candidates is resources. We don't have money. And Kenyans are not willing to give you money to campaign.
Yeah.
Kenyans need to do that. You need to fund your politicians.
Kenyans want to be given money during campaigns.
Yes, but you need to fund your politicians the same way you fund your pastor, the same way you fund your imam, the same way you fund your sheikh, the same way you fund your,
Mwangi's horse.
Booskies.
Which
or
one?
your PD.
Pia bado Mwass. Pedi wa Mwass.
Pedi wa Mwass, ndio.
Pedi wangu ni Suda, pedi wa mapenzi.
Yes, right. So please do that. Please fund your politicians. And then you own them. Because if you don't do that, you're going to get a lot of washish people in politics.
Yeah, like we have now.
Right now, guys who are flashing, who have this guy, I did this thing, I did that. That is the problem. And guess who's going to get fucked? Your kids. Let me tell you.
And us as well.
Yes. You think your child is in uni, but he was called by a washish guy and then he's thrown from the 7th floor. You think your child is
We
in...
were discussing that last week. There's ladies who just jump off the balconies now. Like, how is that normal?
You think your child is in uni, but he's in Kabogo's party, then he's thrown on Wayaki way. You think your child is in uni, and then he's Obado's mistress, then he's killed and the baby is removed from her stomach. Those things are happening because you are allowing bad people into politics. You need to stop hating yourself. And I'll say this, poor people hate poor people, and that is a problem. When I ran from M-Pesa, they would say you're poor. Una nini? Una Range Rover kama Jaguar, una gari kubwa kama Steve Mbogo, unakuja na pikipiki hapo, unatuambia nini wewe? And I was telling them in Mukuru, I was telling them, look at me. I grew up in a house like this one. I'm a poor person, but I understand the economy of this place. I'm going to build for you guys libraries. I'm going to build for you toilets. I'm going to ensure that there's clean toilets that you can actually go. Because when you go there, people are using flying toilets. Go to a room, people are like 5 of them, a father, a mother, the 3 kids, and they have to use the bathrooms in turn. They put them in paper bags, the shit, then they throw them in the river at night. I'm like, no, I can be able to build toilet units in this entire place. And then that waste is biogas. We share without water. Basically, just dismantle this cartel of where they charge toilets to ensure that you can actually be smell clean when I'm in your house. The only reason I'm here because I used to read a lot, right? I tell you, I'm going to build libraries so that your kids can be able to go and study at night. Yeah. And if your child has an education, you have a fair chance in life because your child is educated.
Yeah.
I will not kill you or not harass you. And They did not listen to me. And even now when I talk about these things, I look at Kenyans like, okay, mimi niko tu sawa. But nasema, if we unite, tunaweza kuwa sawa sisi wote. That I don't have to be doing government work every day, trying to call the police, trying to get someone released. Like, these things will come to an end. I will not be running matatus, or need to not be owning matatus on Langata Road. No. We just fix public transport system so that my son doesn't have to own matatus. And even people who panda those matatus are mad people. How do you panda matatus of someone who's killing your kids?
Sinyashinsky alisema, we vote Tribe and real cash. Ask Boni.
To vote real cash, man.
Na umewapatia
Manifesto.
Manifesto.
Easy by the way. Brother, easy kingia.
Let me yeah, patia Mwass.
See the way the eyes light up.
Yeah. Let
me tell you, these are the things that turn Mwass on. Sasa mpaka when he said it was like, I'd just get Mwass akifurahi hivyo juu ya dem. I was like, damn, nani manifesto and it's money and it's like I am like Mwass, bro.
I can't just be a poet. In this country, you're hated on for everything.
Just to exist by the way.
So, Bonnie, I think we are caught in a very weird situation. Like, I understand Martha Karera's analogy. It's just almost impossible for me to see yourself, Maraga, and Gachagua in the same room. Because Gachagua will literally come say, okay, so me, if you go in, I want 10
shareholders.
You know what I mean? Literally shareholding. Yeah. And you guys are like, apana, as we want a system that is based on merit.
Yeah.
Yako like apana, mi nataka minister of finance akwe wangu. You know the old way of thinking.
Yeah.
So how as much as there's one person that we want out, it's like, how do we make it work with such people? That's my problem.
So there's a pathway to power. And I'll explain to you. And I wish the young people who are doing Linda Mwananchi can see it. And if they do see it, they should stop taking money from all the politicians.
Do you think Uhuru finances them?
What I think is very important, I know there's a lot of money being thrown into Linda Mwananchi.
Okay.
And
by the old guard?
Yes, because they need to protect, they know that change is coming, right? But you invest in the future. Change is coming. Ruto is going home. Whatever happens, Ruto is going home.
Guaranteed.
So how do we own the new
wave?
The new wave. How do they become our people?
It's the same cycle.
Yes. So listen, there's a path to power. And the path to power is, in the last election, about 7 million Kenyans did not vote.
7.8 actually.
Yeah. There you go.
Almost 8 million.
8 million Kenyans did not vote. They had no reason to vote. Let's give them a reason to vote.
And I was one of them.
There you go. And then you have disgruntled voters on both Raila side, who now Raila is dead, and Ruto's side, who can be persuaded. Then you have the Gen Z.
We have the Nets who will be voting for the first time.
You have 10 million voters, potential voters, who have never voted for any of the people in power today, who can vote for you. And that's my target. And the 7.8 million people who did not vote in the last election,
give them a reason.
And don't go to political rallies. They don't even tweet. They're just silent. They're silent majority. Let me tell you, apathetic voters, apathy won in the last election. There were more people who did not vote for any of the two than those who voted for the two.
The election of the presidency was decided by the people who stayed at home like me. Literally.
Apathetic voters, right? How do we get those guys to vote? And let me tell you, those guys do not vote for Gachagua or Kalonzo. Hawataki takataka. I'm happy to say takataka. Fuck them.
This is just a normal dinner for you at home. I just want to serve my moki moko. Fuck
because I think Kenyans need to have self-respect for yourselves. And you need to ask yourself, why do I like this man? Is it because he has bigger insults than the other guy? Because, lest you forget, he saw Ruto fit to become president and supported him. And right now, what Ruto is telling us, this man says I kill. Didn't he kill some woman somewhere? Didn't he steal? And let me tell you, I say this, I believe Ruto. Because there's no one among thieves. Yeah, so, because ni kama venye maboy Kadinya. Alidinya, Akadinya. Believe both of them.
All of them are telling
Believe both of them. If fuckboys come and tell you their fuck stories, believe them.
I believe you, Mwass.
If thieves come and tell you their stories, believe them. If murderers come and tell you their stories, believe them. And finally, there's a thing about, I need to talk about this and hold the mic right here. Matiang'i, he was interior minister. Kenjakoma brothers. Yala river bodies. River Yala. He deported a Kenyan citizen and defied court orders.
42 court orders, I think.
Yes.
1, 2 mpaka 42 court orders.
He defied court orders.
Yeah.
Stole public land, Ruaraka land, then sold to the government. Then you're telling me to go to a room with him to tell me what? Fuck him too. That's the attitude, by the way. Me, I'll say.
You tell your friend Martha Karua this same thing you're telling us, or should he clip this and send it to her?
Send it to her.
Okay.
See, you know me a tweet. Let me tell you, when you do family meetings, you know, when we're hanging, I and her grandkids, we be as a son, tumekaa hapo chini, we talk about our things, but our politics are different. When I was going to vie, I told her I was going to vie for president. And she was vying, but it wasn't supposed to be a family meeting to discuss me running or not running, because I have a right to run, she has a right to run. And eventually, and I also think everyone has a right to run. Even those thieves, the voters decide if they're going to accept them or reject them.
What's the requirements for running for president?
Requirement.
Can he run for president?
Of course.
You know, how old are you?
22.
You need to be 35.
Not yet.
That's the only
that's the only requirement.
Yeah.
35 and above.
And you're a madman. You need to be sane.
Okay, what have the sane people helped you with so far? You should elect a madman.
By the way,
They're not sane, they're just sane looking.
Yeah, that's
It's like every time my dad complains about my hair, I'm like, the man who is stealing from you has a clean shave.
yeah, actually, and he says he talks to God. Then tell him mambo ni matatu.
Bruh, you remember
Yeah,
Mambo
that's how you
Matatu?
know he's insane.
Yes.
Kumbe he doesn't
By the way,
pray,
you need to
he
find that
prays.
clip and ndakustaki kwa Mungu.
Yeah, how come I didn't see
It's
that?
like he has
Because
got-
I need that in my fact box here. I need to be able to press it when someone says that.
Exactly.
I'm like, "Nakutaki kwa Mungu." Yeah, let's find it and add it.
It's like the biggest thief. Like, you know, actually, I was seeing comments online says, you know, Satan doesn't even ask to come to Kenya or even come and test us or make us suffer. Because you already have Satan in power. Our oppressor is worse than Satan.
Niliona mtu akisema ati kitabu shetani anasoma Ruto ndiye aliandika.
Because that man is the devil's incarnate. Yeah. The level of greed, like he has destroyed institutions, everything, just to amass. And he's just going to die. And, you know, there's not enough money or wealth in this country to satisfy his greed. But one day, he will fit in a coffin. Anatoshea kwa hiyo kitu.
The equalizer of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lastly,
Yes.
Net.
Summer.
Bro, what is your dream with your life, bro? At
I
19.
had wet dream.
Okay,
Daddy.
let's begin with your wet dreams, and then we go to actual dreams.
Well, who's your celebrity crush? So let me tell you, I was in a party and then I was made to send someone a video saying, hi, I was told to call you. You know this bad card games you play?
Yes.
They come to me a video. Lakini video ilikuwa very sane. Kwambia sasa nimekupigia simu, there's evidence. Here is my video nikatuma. So he's a celebrity crush.
In or outside the country?
Both. Let's do both.
Okay. I'm a big fan of Kari Wahoo.
Yeah.
Hi, Kari Wahoo.
Can I invite her for the party on Saturday?
For sure.
Okay, utanikuja namba.
In fact, don't worry. I know her sister. I'll invite her myself.
It's okay. You got it.
I was just trying to be a good dad.
You got it.
Yaani dad ndiye anakufanyia through pass.
Imagine.
No. It's not a through pass, bro.
This is through pass.
It's not a pass at all.
It's just being a dad.
It's
Networking.
networking.
Not a pass.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay.
Overseas, who's your crush?
Kariwa still.
Yeah.
Damn.
You're thinking too far.
Sorry.
So who was your
No.
crush? No, we'll go back.
I will not go there.
Hey. Okay, whoever saw Bonnie's video, please comment and tell us.
You'll ask him that question. I'll find him sleeping on the couch tonight.
You know.
You'll get in trouble. You'll get in trouble.
Oh, my.
Jerry had to allow your story. Anyway, sorry. What is your dream, bro?
Not politics affiliated. My dream is play professional football.
Okay.
Yeah.
What position do you play?
I play left wing and striker.
Oh, okay. Almost similar to what I play as well.
Badminton, I'm a
No, actual.
field.
Yeah, Kofield.
Oh.
Yeah, actual Kofield. I play. Oh, Jesus is a good player as well.
Yeah.
Vic. has played with us a few times as well.
Mi najua kupepeta na kuruka ball.
Would you compare
Please. This guy knows how to play with his balls. That's about it.
Bold of you to assume I have two. I'm a triangle, look chini.
Yuck.
He does not need to know these things.
No, bro. Chill out.
Yuck.
Yuck.
Yeah. Wait, so when do you leave for uni? You're still around?
I'm still around.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's up to us to arrange the next recording.
No, I don't think when I see him soon, he's going to be around. But we can do, if we do part 2, we can do the other 2 kids and the mom.
Yeah.
A family reunion.
We're gonna have chill on those jokes, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, those are minors. At least it's true. Those are minors. So
I'll be on my best behavior, which is still bad, but it will be my best.
even I'll tell you, even my language will change.
Really?
Because it's a 14-year-old and a 15-year-old.
But are they going to watch this?
Did you get the age right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are they going to watch this?
If they want to, it's too long.
Attention.
Then what's the highlight on TikTok? That's about it.
Okay,
yeah.
that's still fine.
So Bildad, the specific parts I need for compilation on TikTok.
All the parts where he has cast.
Unsaid and fatherly
By the
things.
way, I curse so much sometimes my son, I say, chill, dad. But when I'm very happy, it's fuck you, man. Like it's
Sometimes I have to remind him, you need to remember you ran for president, by the way.
And just
but
be
you
out
see,
here
but
saying
the
efforts.
beauty of what me running for president, what you see is what you get. There'll be no surprises.
Yeah.
Uko sawa kweli?
I'm good. It's mental.
Mimi hantavirus. She's been doing nothing the entire episode.
Yeah.
But then me,
When a jailer unataka ni hentai vibes.
me I can plug you in. Are you looking for someone? Not a dildo. No, like a real person.
Like a real person.
This is how your father speaks normally.
What?
She had a plug. And she don't know.
As in the number of times.
Booty coin. Thank you.
Booty coin.
No.
Thank you.
The number of times umse amesaya hapa.
I don't know. This is like, where?
No, are they nice?
Are they nice? What is nice to you?
Reasonable? Generous?
In what?
I'm just level
No, kuna kugawa tu. Yao ni generous.
Kuna mtu mwenye Ruto is nice to them.
Not
And they,
boxer-wise, pocket-wise.
Oh.
Hey.
So you say not a poor person.
Yeah. No. Generous.
The first answer is what we'll go
there's
with.
Rich,
Yeah.
stingy people.
If you can afford a set of human hair wigs, go on.
No. I'm old, bro. I have enough.
Okay.
So if they can afford what?
A nice G-Wagon.
Funny, there's a bad G-Wagon. A nice G-Wagon. Have you ever seen a bad one?
Are they generous? That's the real
Chris Rock
question.
says that men never go back sexually and women never go back financially. If you date a nigga with a car, you never allow yourself to
Utapanda senke.
Utapanda gari. And that, so for a woman, they say that, this is a Chris Rock joke, says that, you meet a woman, says, let you until you get the Bahamas. Get the Bahamas, the same thing, but we sand in it. So, what she just said, she's a passport pussy. So in case you want,
PP.
Mujioneta amesaitena.
This
is my father. He speaks like this.
While I was saying,
This is your president, man.
Is this a president, man?
yeah, and
When you actually win, will you live in State House?
niko na
Ama
hao.
you'll be haunted.
Yo, inakanga mbaya. It's too big. Looks like a drug dealer's den.
Damn.
Yeah.
It does actually.
That'll be the place to throw house parties. Now, mambo zangu sasa.
That was it as state functions.
Stop giving him ideas.
Let me tell you, but if you're a young person who cares about yourself, and you've been ever a victim of crime, police harassment, police corruption, a victim of nepotism, like if you've had problems with the government and the state, I'm your president because I'm going to fix those things for you. Because I've spent the last 2 decades fighting those things. So banter aside, getting her husband aside, or getting you hooked aside.
Oh, wow.
We can start with him.
Start
He
with
needs
him.
it more than
Prioritize this. Weka hii juu ya hapo
That
stadium.
aside is that I'm going to make life so good. We want to have kids.
Ooh. Mwass.
So Kenya Mwass.
Yeah, now
Hey, I'm gonna make life so good. Hey, Apple is
you change your mind.
You already have the title for the highlight reel.
Yes. I'll make Kenya so good you want to have kids. But
It's too good. Let's share it.
Your whole face comes to an end.
My whole face ended before it started.
It's been dead. It's been dead.
you ambia wale wenye anakunyimanga. As we know.
Sasa ukisema hivyo unajua sasa unajiimplicate.
Hapo ndo zasema hizo matrupa. After all, you spend so much time in his crib. Yeah,
Alafu anamaliza statement na as we know.
Listen. Thank you so much for making
so the next show, depending with, I'm going to get into trouble with my wife because of the many cussing and
Explicit language.
yeah.
Jerry, just forgive him.
So you're going to do...
This had nothing to do with me, Mom.
So you're going to do part 2 with the other kids.
Okay.
And then me, I'll be quiet.
Then you'll
I'll be
redeem
in the
yourself.
audience.
You'll redeem yourself.
I'll be in the audience.
Yeah.
And then I'll be more presidential.
More presidential.
But let me tell you, I am president the way I am. I don't need anything add-ons. Niko tu sawa.
Yeah. Is the tattoo recent?
No, this has been there for a while, but the other recent ones, I have
Young in a camp.
a couple, no tattoos for you.
Who?
That's the only rule.
This guy told me, one time I made a joke about getting a tattoo. He told me I need a girlfriend, I need a degree, and I need a job.
And a
attainable.
grandchild. Yes.
Sasa you'll be 30 namwambia no tattoo for you. When he's 30, so namwambia no tattoo for
No,
you.
at least if there's a boy calls me Guka, then or get a girl calling me Guka,
If there's no grandkid, he's 30. Bado namwambia no tattoo for you.
it can be discussed. Is he paying his own bills?
Okay, if he's paying his own bills by next year.
different.
No.
If football starts paying his bills by next
No,
year.
30 at least your brain has matured. Like, for example, let's talk about alcohol and sex. You should be at least 21 to
enjoy these
to
things.
decide those things, either alcohol, sex, or any form of drugs that you want to use. Because at a very early age, having a girlfriend or boyfriend or using drugs or alcohol, it will destroy you. If it doesn't destroy, it distracts you from doing something meaningful. Because right now, you're doing your foundational years. And when you're doing your foundation, is that you're learning how to be disciplined, how to be focused, how to have goals. But if at you're a teenager talking about sex, drugs, alcohol, partying, boozing, all those things, you're destroying your life. And if it's not being destroyed, you're distracting your life from building a foundation. So even when we talk about banter and all other things, I expect this guy to be very disciplined. So he's very disciplined by the way. He goes for training every day.
He's a good kid.
He's actually, yeah, you're right.
Safe. Safe. When I signed my first professional contract, I'll remember those remarks when I get my check.
But you're right.
He's alright.
He's right.
But if you get a tattoo, like, there's parts of your body, if you get a tattoo, he'll never see. You know what I mean?
Yo, I'll tell you what. God willing, when the time comes to get my contract, I'll buy him a G-Wagon, I'll show him the tattoo, we'll move on with life.
Sounds like a nice plan.
There you go.
At least you have a plan.
Listen,
There you go.
if the billions of people who have billions in this country have never impressed me, the money they have, you think a jargon is going to impress me?
It's money I made for you. Money I made.
It's your money.
It's my money and I chose to spend on you. So yes, it's going to impress
so
you.
by-
Kienda sana weka katoto ndani ya G-Wagon.
No.
Atachukua mtoto wake G-Wagon.
See, so that's what you're selling, fuck you, man. Because when you're giving me a G-Wagon and you get a tattoo, you're telling me you'll accept it regardless. No, that's an insult. You don't take it. Because if someone says as a father that you shouldn't get a tattoo until you have your things sorted out, let your brain develop first.
Yeah.
Because you don't have regrets. Right now, I can do anything with my body and I won't have regrets because I'm an age where I can accept my choices. And the consequence, the challenge I have, because you have friends who have allowed their kids to have tattoos in their teenage years and they never stop. Tattoos are very addictive.
Yeah.
I have many.
For real?
I have many. I have even... Look at
Chaxy anauliza for real.
A child's coloring book.
when you start inking your body, you want to ink more. Actually, I have to stop myself. Because even if you just want to do tattoos. Like you want to memory, I have this thing.
Nice.
When you have other plans after this,
I'm gonna have this. No, this kind
Like
of
a full sleeve.
So I'm gonna have a full sleeve and half my body.
Okay.
Eventually, but I don't want to start. I want to maybe be milestones. So do not start now because when you start inking, you won't stop inking. That's the only reason why. And that's the same thing about premature sex or underage sex. When you start having it, and then you get broken here, then you get broken again, and then you end up you have just a litany of life that is just messy.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying you shouldn't have a tattoo. I'm just saying not yet. Let your brain mature. It has not matured yet.
So it's okay to be sexually not active.
Yes.
But
You're not 19.
Actually, Mwass.
Not 32.
If you try, you can be celibate.
I am.
He's been
Oh, for how long?
maybe 1 year or something.
1 year.
It's a good thing.
Yeah.
But now, the problem is, your sperms are going here. So you need to start working out.
I've been doing that. Mimi nadhani unanipea advice. Kumbe unakanyaga shingo.
Every time my dad opens his mouth, you have to wait for the punchline.
No, because
no,
because you see, you're not active. You're not burning those calories.
Kuja ball tuende.
So kuna ball already.
Jaribu kupeana ball.
No. Actually, celibate is good. Actually, because you have more focus right now, right?
Yeah.
Nah.
His is not by choice. The choice has been
Why are you
made for
speaking
him.
for you? Ama ni yeye na kushow.
Atadanganya. Usidanganya watu bwana.
Lakini pia I haven't been actively looking for someone to do it with.
You know how famous Mwass is now?
For what?
Generally as a person, there's like Mwass doesn't, for being honest, Mwass doesn't have
To
look for
search, yeah.
So people come to her.
you. Come to him, yeah. Na bado
Then he be carving
na bado
them.
anachagua tu kukojoa peke yake na hiyo kitu. Use it.
I
Maisha ni yako.
have only one question actually. So, what do I check out? No, maybe he's saving a lot of money by not being in a relationship.
True.
Because they're very expensive. Question. So, do you want to be with someone, and if you're with one person, are you going to be faithful to them, or are you celibate because you can't decide 6'7"?
Yeah.
Like they'll tell me, I'm one of the few people, like my friends can tell me, I've never cheated in any relationship I've been in.
Wow.
Yeah, so I commit, I come out.
Mwass is one serious. I commit, I come out. Yeah, anyway.
So, to end,
Tumalize.
Mariah and Mwass, tunaombea mpate mtu.
Au namwombea narrow down.
List ni ndefu.
List yake, yani shida ni
I hope they're not watching.
They do watch.
They do.
They must be.
What are you serving?
Sa uzuri, all of them think,
Greatness.
all of them think, all of them think they're number one.
Hicho love ni gani? Hicho love imewekwa ni rangi gani? Yeah.
It's my secret sauce. I can't spill.
It runs in the family. Do you know if you're very kinky, your parents are kinky like that?
Don't
Yeah,
say
by
that.
the people, it's
Please
true.
don't
It's
say
scientific.
that.
Actually, it's scientific. I'm reading about it.
Don't.
And so if you find yourself doing handstands upside down,
Nobody wants to think of their parents.
BONIFACE.
Wrap it up now. No.
We can end on a high like that.
Anyway, BONIFACE MWANGI NATE, episode 361. We are.
My check.
Over 26. This is
The Bagger Podcast.
This is the Brunch Club.
Over 26. Welcome back to
The mics are closed.
Now, when you watch it, you'll understand.